You see, people believe that Ghanaians are small-minded and that you can tell them anything just to win their votes so that you can win political power. NDC is not that kind of party. I'm not that kind of person. Learn to tell the truth and tell the people what the reality is. What I can promise you is, I'll promise you hard work. And I'll promise you the truth. I'll tell you the truth at all times. Ghana owes 750 billion cedis. You think that Nana Akufo-Addo, 80 years plus, is the one going to pay that debt? Who is going to pay the debt? It is you, the young people here. You are going to pay that debt. And yet, they have taken the loans and they have spent the money. And they have left the debt for you to come and pay. And so we need to send them packing. And the way we can send them packing is that 7th December, all of us must come out and exercise our franchise. People believe that Ghanaians are small-minded and that you can tell them anything just to win their votes so that you can win political power. NDC is not that kind of party. I'm not that kind of person. Learn to tell the truth and tell the people what the reality is. What I can promise you is, I'll promise you hard work. And I'll promise you the truth. I'll tell you the truth at all times. Ghana owes 750 billion cedis. You think that Nana Akufo-Addo, 80 years plus, is the one going to pay that debt? Who is going to pay the debt? It is you, the young people here. You are going to pay that debt. And yet, they have taken the loans and they have spent the money. And they have left the debt for you to come and pay. And so we need to send them packing. And the way we can send them packing is that 7th December, all of us must come out and exercise our franchise.
Dankwa as a national hero. Do you know Dankwa's true position in the UGC?
I want him be I don't see one year teacher the young officer. Kahubi. A Kahubi till I'm a coffee Bawumia. Some coming home. Yes, she say a sick as some no, a year and Sikano, the moon yet to build. Let me be a Jumani out of Sabagana. Sidenaya hata. I want him. Sidenaya hata. I want him be 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 I don't see one year teacher the young officer. Kahubi. A Kahubi till I'm a coffee Bawumia. Some coming home. Yes, she say a sick as some no, a year and Sikano, the moon yet to build. Sidenaya hata. I want him be I don't see one year teacher the young officer. Kahubi. A Kahubi till I'm a coffee Bawumia. Some coming home. Yes, she say a sick as some no, a year and Sikano, the moon yet to build. Let me be a Jumani out of Sabagana. Sidenaya hata. I want him be I don't see one year teacher the young officer. Kahubi. A Kahubi till I'm a coffee Bawumia. Some coming home. Yes, she say a sick as some no, a year and Sikano, the moon yet to build. Let me be a Jumani out of Sabagana.
Young people are finishing school 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and they are still living with their parents and being fed by their parents. What young people want is jobs. Young people, our youth, have not said come and give them telephones. You give them jobs. If you give them jobs, they'll buy their own telephones. If I have my own job and I'm earning an income, I don't need about 1 CD, 2 CD phone. I can buy my own phone. And so what you need is jobs. And that is what NDC is coming to do. If I have my own job and I'm earning an income, I don't need about 1 CD, 2 CD phone. I can buy my own phone. And so what you need is jobs. And that is what NDC is coming to do.
I want him be I don't see one year deep down the Yenya over so. Kahubi. A Kahubi till I'm a coffee for Umia. Some coming home. Yes, she say you sick as some no, a year and Sikano, the moon yet to build. Kahubi. A Kahubi till I'm a coffee for Umia. Some coming home. Yes, she say you sick as some no, a year and Sikano, the moon yet to build. Kahubi. Kahubi till I'm a coffee for Umia. Some coming home. Yes, she say you sick as some no, a year and Sikano, the moon yet to build. Sidinaya hata. I want him be any. I don't see one year deep down the Yenya over so. Kahubi. A Kahubi till I'm a coffee for Umia. Some coming home. Yes, she say you sick as some no, a year and Sikano, the moon yet to build.
Mwa me pese membunu yenya ejuma aye. Jobs would be my major focus. Now, me be training 1 million youth in digital skills. 1 million youth in digital skills. Ohana ejumano ewo ubetimenya digital skills. Unko university, as long as you can read and write, you betimia train you. Now when you digital skills, uti akroponha, na uye juma, what America, what Canada, what Japan, what UK, na uti high because our digital skills, not limited only to Ghana. The whole world is open for you.
Yente o mining free Sakura Fonsen na Sakura resource Yente o mining free Sakura Fonsen na Sakura resource Yente o mining free Sakura Fonsen Sakura resource Sakura Fonsemo Sakura resource Pesi Brunite snow monso unka Sakura God vidia area siwa pampem Wakocha Sakura Sakura Fonsen Sakura resource Sakura Fonsema Sakura resource
Na ejuma ya babe ya no Oyakopo bie kwa ma ya esise ya de ba no ebe ma ejuma ebo wo Ghana amo aka obia na fananga na ejira
bedu baby no ye be kran gofo afiama no ne no ma be
ade se dia be de ba no
na se ejuma asam na ye ka new patriotic party programs are ye dear gu hono ebedu baby no ye be kran konfo afia manone no ma be ye adwuma wo Ghana ye adwuma ebe
economy is going to grow and grow and grow, and we will have jobs and jobs and jobs. This is the economy of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the MPP. The future is bright. Is going to grow and grow and grow, and we will have jobs and jobs and jobs. This is the economy of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the MPP. Is going to grow and grow and grow, and we will have jobs and jobs and jobs. This is the economy of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the MPP. Given that the data was received quite late, we haven't entered all of that data in the database, but it is worth mentioning. We have about 6 projects under the Toilets for All policy, the Greater Accra Metropolitan Water and Sanitation Project, where under this we have built 28,485 household toilets. Then you have the Sustainable Rural Water and Sanitation Project, where 12,972 toilets have been built. Then there's ongoing construction of 5,000 under the Greater Accra Sustainable Sanitation and Livelihood Improvement Project, the GASLIP project. 5,000 toilets are being built there. The Government of Ghana Household Toilet Program, we're building 1,900 toilets there. And Rural Sanitation Model and Strategy Program, 40,348 toilets, serving 3,000 communities. And then under the Urban Sanitation Pilot Project, 21,332. So under the Toilets for All program, at least 109,000 household toilets have been constructed, benefiting 856,000 people. This is quite remarkable.
All right, students, hello, good evening, and welcome to With Audio Respect Extended Version. My name is Kevin Agyapade3. It's exactly 4:47 p.m. U.S. East Coast time is definitely 8:47 in Ghana. It's a holiday in Ghana. I would like to say happy holiday. I hope you guys are really enjoying yourselves tonight. Those at home, those at nightclubs, those sitting outside having fun. I know majority of you guys are watching on your phones. Our dads, our aunties, our moms are all home, and they are also watching me on their TVs. Tonight is the holiday edition of With All Your Respect Extended Version. My producers are called the Ghost Team. We are here to discuss Ghana. It's got to do with Agyapadeer, and we all know Agyapadeer. It's a book that was written by Akufo-Addo and his criminal gang. Do not forget, this book is basically what they are governing the country. They are using this book to govern the country. So when you see them kill people, when you see them steal from you, when you see them disrespect you, when you see them lie to you, when you see them go after people, when you see them persecute people, when you see them insult you in your faces, and when you see them insult Kwame Nkrumah, the independence and the struggle of some very important dignitaries who helped us get to this point, it is because they have a book that is telling them what to do. And tonight, we just want you Ghanaians to focus on the Agyapadeer book. The Agyapadeer book is the most dangerous material in Ghana today. That book was written by these group of criminals parading in the corridors of the Jubilee House. We are not done. We will take our time, break it down, and let you understand why voting for Bawumia is basically voting for Akufo-Addo to continue implementing the dangerous ideas in the Agyapadeer book. Tonight, we are back again to discuss Ghana. Tonight, we're back again to tell you the truth. Tonight, we're back again to speak truth to power. My name is Kevin Taylor. This platform is all over the place. We are in Africa, Asia, Europe, and the Americas. In Ghana, we are on Loud Silence TV. We are on Facebook. We are on With All Due Respect page. Facebook, Loud Silence TV page, YouTube, Loud Silence TV. You can get us live. We are also on TV, on Multi TV. Search for Loud Silence TV on Multi TV tonight. Loud Silence TV on Multi TV tonight. We are streaming live on radio. If you have any Android device, go to the Google Play Store and download Loud Silence Radio. Any Android device, you can download Loud Silence Radio. and listen to this show live on Samsung or whatever I'm not an Android user. I use Apple. So if you're an iOS user or you have Apple, go to the App Store and download Loud Silence Radio. That's the real phone. And you can listen to this show crisp, nicely on Apple device. With Android, it's all got to do with La Paz girls and all that. And so, yes, these are the platforms. Our affiliates tonight to our cross-posting the show live all over the world. We have Benjamin Wayot Mahama, his platform on Facebook tonight. They are cross-posting the show live around the world. NDC TV are picking us live tonight. We have Honorable Joseph Yamin's platform tonight. They are also cross-posting the show live. Kevin Taylor, my official Facebook page, we are live tonight. And also Ghana News Thread. These are our affiliates tonight. You can go watch us on all these platforms. Anyone you pick, you can watch the show live. We will be talking about Agyapa. Do not forget, that is their chief, Nana Agyapa Amotia GMP Sika. That is his title. Nana Agyapa Amotia Galamsey chief. This is the man on their constitution. Remember, NPP led by Akufo-Addo and this small Achim criminals. Listen, the reason why we justify these things, and I say, kasa, mamuti say, this small Achim group, say, Achim for Mnimnyansapa, you're very honest Achim people who really think about Ghana. But this particular one, for the penny fio, abeifor mo hono do so chen, abeifor mo bunsamjem, led by Amwetia, Agyapadeer hene, Galamsey hene. These are the people we have to be very, very wary of. They are dangerous. They kill, they steal, and they destroy. The Agyapadeer book is real. Remember, Obin Dadao. So tonight, it's another holiday. It's another Kevin Taylor's day. It's another With All Due Respect day. It does not mean say and that's then how I'm not going to stop you being pissed off with me or being angry because I am telling the people the truth. At the end of the day, your feelings, what you think, what you believe in, the party you support, your ideas, at the end of the day, those things will not have any effect on my show. I will still speak the truth. I will use the facts to educate Ghanaians. So, and how you feel, they keep it in your room. How you feel towards me, it's okay. You can decide to insult me, I'm fine. It's normal. How you feel about me, I don't care. How you feel about me, Echo, I don't care. My production team, I don't care. How you feel about my production, I don't care. It is your problem. So deal with your problem. But what we are going to deal with, and what we are going to make sure Ghana for, and yes, I'm mistaken, is to make sure people like Agyapadeer group we Akufo-Addo for Riata, Amotia for Penny Gabi Ochredakon, Bedie Tuo, Sa Nipa Mbonsam we want Ghanaians to know, say, any say yes, I'm mistaken. That's all. In this, I want Siena, you have a problem with me, and you think, oh, when you say something about Kevin Taylor, when you go after Kevin Taylor, it's going to change. It's not going to change anything. You're wasting your time. You are wasting your time because some years now, we have made Ghanaians understand to say, it's because the lies. NPP was built out of lies. The party itself, why they are into being control. Ideology being the party which na because that party from the beginning, from the onset, the NPP as a political party, they've had an idea be say say Ghana. These are dangerous people with dangerous ideology. To say once na. To say toilet moon once na. The people behind this party. It is always the opportunity to go and feast on people's SHIT. So these people are not people we have to entertain. They are dangerous people. The NPP led by Akufo-Addo and Bawumia is a dangerous group. It is filled with tribal bigots. It is filled with criminals. It is filled with liars. It is filled with people who feel entitled. These are the things that I feel the NPP Emma and the Ghana Funyina. These are very dirty people. And I keep saying this. These are very dirty people. Dirty people. You can see it from their faces. You can see it from the way their posture is. You can see it from where they are coming from. They are dirty people, dirty mentality and ideologies. So we need to stay together as a people and stop these group of criminals from taking over, because they have their own constitution. And the NPP led by Ekufuado and this little Achim criminals, their constitution is the Agyapadeer book. Yes. So a vote for Mahamudu Bawumia is to continue the deadly things they are doing. That is all. 2024 elections are simple. Sawoto Abama Bawumia, you are telling Amotio for Rupenyini, Oforiata, Ekufuado, Jankroma, Gabi Asare Ochredako, you are telling Asanti Bedie too, Chairman Wun to me, Jimmy now, you are telling them to continue. Not the Obukino Omo implement it. That's all. Because Mahamudu Bawumia nya bema eshwada in the 90 ma sebio obetime take a decision. Bawumia cannot prosecute Gabi Ochredako. He's scared like a chicken. Bawumia cannot prosecute anybody in the NPP. Bawumia cannot prosecute Jankroma. Bawumia cannot prosecute Eddie Oforiata. Bawumia cannot prosecute anybody in the NPP. That is why on his tour he has not been able to speak on prosecuting his own. He can't, because he does not own the party. The people who own the party are these criminals calling themselves Agyapadeer group. These are the facts. These are the facts. So the issue is today, when you raise issues in Ghana about what is happening, you will see the desperate, frustrated NPP people who were making noise about nothing 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago. Oh, now way at Tuaba, way a Riniaba, Kevin Taylor on Tuaba, I'm in Tuaba, so memo be a Tuabetia, a boo biba. Men Tuaba, but memo be a Tuabetia, in nine in pro. Now when him say in somebody will hire and Tuaba, hey, Paula much now be in a tree, we in it to the Tuaba, that be o. Kwasia. Tracy Boachin kwasi asema na mukase papa do na to aba inwan ba mo ho tientian kitinkiti te se aponchi bini na mo nam Ghana kwasi ade ene holiday o we starting a nice mo starting here because mo Jimmy nipa ni twimu faso no o twimu di no na mo Jimmy na betem mo Mr. S Mr. P, don't block anybody ene holiday memen to aba ba memo obi atweti yawo Jimmy for motete Ghana in 70 be the yankan konkantia obi. You see last week Paul Adobochi went to bring that dirty riffraff kweku anyidowu. Ne ho kan ne ho fin. Obetina ho same old story. There's nothing. Mo chatro from the beginning mo form a pathway. Pathway muti ya eye den eye friend saying. Ba fo akoto yeah, what for bad for Kotoko yi ni £700 a daho. The £700 a daho edibete party. Mo di nkwasiasam saa ba bedin ne. Nkwasiasam saa yen kamasem. Na ndem nyamrantie ne mbaba wana ye kam animu a mo se mo ntiase obi tamo mo bodam. Na MPP na ye Ghana dia. This book is dangerous. Sa wokoto abama Mahamudu Bawumia o to ama eye Ekufuado oye bonsam o. Satadi girls no mu nkwara miensa no. There were 3 virgins they sacrificed for power. Don't joke with Ekufuado or a different animal. Mahamudu Bawumia does not have the balls to take decisions. Bawumia. Yeah, pebema or say minyaba bema nyaba. Bawumia is not a man. Satadi girls 3 no mu no. They murdered those kids. Sankwara miensa no. 3 virgins, and I'm arguing 3 virgins were murdered. Tadi girls in Kwarami and Sanya Beman fan who come da. Hey, Nasa Obi or Honas Okunkun Kwara. So Obi or no Nipabonini Kra. I had not selected 3 virgins to murder them. The president knew about this. In Kwarami and Sawe, did you see Ekufuado there? Did you see Bawumia there? Did you see Ekufuado's wife there? Did you see anybody from the Jubilee House going to Takrade to console the parents of these 3 girls? No, because they murdered these kids. They sacrificed them for power. It's easy and not from it is spiritual. These people came prepared. And on the Bible can't buy. They came with their Bible and put their Yesu Christo on it. Omu Yesu Christo de dasono. Galamsey hine. Or botuo wo nwure mu ho. Wedwa. Kevi we ya de be kire no bre. Se mo se memra Ghana. Oso ye nipa, se ha nipa na wo ha. Ana mo se nipa na yemra. Oso ye nipa bra. Odwan. Oye say East of America. If you're a man, come to Ghana. If you're an animal, come to America. Oye say that form. Ewiase be say enyo bia na betuma ba America. Me say ewiase be say enyo bia na betuma ba America ni bi. Oye say that form. Hwe, if you're a man, come to Ghana. If you're an animal, come here. In Ghana, Amanfo murdered 3 girls. 3 young virgins. They murdered them. Amo kunkwara way all because of power. Na tiwa to work can kwasi asem say keep on go moving on with the nonsense. Keep on keeping on. Ni asatam eto din we akotena yoko. Motete Ghana mabobodam. Are you people crazy? You let people run over you like animals. Abra mona moto abama kwasi afo ebe nipa. Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo from 2008 ebesi 2012 no only $20,000 than accounts. Akufo-Addo had nothing. Na mo amone nam Ghana. Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo okowia party sika MPP fo sika no wiaye. Oni Mustafa Hamid akwana anka owo Mozambique anka na ya benkwan nim se abewotwe nkwan Mustafa Hamid MPA. Omo nyina wia party sika Akufo-Addo wia party sika. Enti atetia na ejimifo mo ka kire se we mu de omo ye surunko Akufo-Addo papa obra papa be no boy. Let's get serious in this country. These people came into power, poor people, desperately poor. They were filthy poor. You have no idea. And a moment of phobia that I'm Ghana ho. And a moment of phobia that I'm Ghana ho kikam kwasi asem. Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo and this group of termites, Gabi, Bedie Tuo, Oforiata, they had nothing. They didn't have a dime on them. These were filthy people, dirty, filthy people. They were broke like chicken. And we allow these greedy bastards, sa nipa wemo, and they slaughtered themselves through. And then the power. They are killing you people. They are stealing from you people. Daylight robbery. They are taking your money. You can't do anything. You are helpless. Adentra mumubi mwe Jimmy. Mumubi mwe Jimmy. You are foolish. That is why they are treating you like animals. These people were not supposed to come close to Jubilee House. These people were not supposed to give in a nod. Never. Akufo-Addo time or president no ni kapre. Okasada ni hwinimu henro. Yare for total 90. And a motor and Kofu Kasa him. And ye Jiminti. And the MPP. Ko party nim. Ofu bi opeso be di MPP aso a lawyer. And the Kokumase. Billboard bi abehu bia kwase bia a lawyer. And no ne ye ni enim. Na ojimifo bi ka say a lawyer. Yen ko school nkenkanti. Yen nkenkanti. And the kwa santime mu ko hwe. Jimifo bi ope parliament abia aso a lawyer. Ne de Jimmy di nechi. Yen check it. Yen certify, yen busashe, yen se zoo ni egum. 47 MPs. 47 MPs. So beso catch them say 47 MPs. Yen to see one regional hospital Asantimemu. Now that what Asantimemu catch them say me town. Oh bodam. Now ba no to ne saying why dwene achia. Ana why dwene what bin. The NDC phone to me can't catch them. Me catch them. Me pa NDC anyame dia o. The omon to me bi o ma non catch them a mu di MPP a mu jimi no. Me e call. Loud silence media ya media o. Me timi media house NDC ni ho. I just like the ideologies of NDC. Send your mochechire Ghana to me ye edwa ema asantifoko di dwa. Ghana foko di dwa ma omunya sika to aduane di no. Eno na me pe. Send your mutumi si sewia. Omutumi si eyade kumewu. Omutumi si regional and district hospitals. Send omutumi ya kwan. Eno na me support. I support the ideology, their help, the social democratic help na wo mutim no eno na me support it is all Ghana no we Jimmy it because me support NDC idea nti we Jimmy ama me kan kire. Why do you vote? Why do you want to be? We got Motete Ghana na mama Jimmy for we Jimmy mo and everybody is hopeless. Obia no did 5 years ago 6-7 years ni sika nyina ahye. Obia na oye ade kakra bibia say we still sit in this country supporting these fools. Anything abroad for to meet now say yani Africa for be ya moa, and they deserve to say that because they don't even understand how we allow our politicians to fool us like that. And a typical example of a foolish political party and a foolish political government is this typical government. San kwasiafo in the mabro ka say yede before ye Jimmy, especially Ekufuado ne Bawumiamo. They wear this Vietnam suit and dress like French clowns. Hwebedie to ogina wa I said ne koje jot. Na no hu win tan se ni patietie se ni patintie hu hwagabi. Hwebedie to hwe san dirty people way. And then they line up and come to Europe, America, and the white man sees them and say, who are these foolish clowns? Na agoveni su die ni mhihye some Uzbekistan suit to be Jimmy because in their minds no saa na no nananum no papa no ye omo ball man no akromfo na Kwame Nkrumah mpene omo no ehwifo ma no they didn't want Kwame Nkrumah to succeed in making Ghana a self-sufficient country, no. Say Jimmy for no to a boy, no. Rejoy to for no. They wanted Ghana to be like that. Till date, they are still practicing that foolishness, mediocrity and foolishness. Now yet Ghana 2024, we are still supporting people with that kind of mentality. They want to rewrite our history. Such dirty people. Munyina ya kamu bom one pieces. You cannot rate Kwame Nkrumah. Mwenim seconds. Mo Ekufuado Gabi bedie 204 mwenim seconds. Ya chichiri munyina boma. You cannot even reach Kwame Nkrumah's level as human beings. Na mabana Ghana for ama mutumi ana mudi mujimi ne moto kankan be rewrite history that you want to write your history. Twerps. Meba munkume. Meba, good, happy birthday, Auntie Monica. Auntie Monica, happy birthday. I won't continue. I wish your birthday waha. I won't na kwansima na Lucy na mema amena meyer inyo na one hour very important to me. Into happy birthday to Auntie Monica coming from Togbe Agmadawi. Auntie Monica mizino yeah church na me to me mbodi ye kumfantinyi. So we have started the show. Kwasiafo Motete Ghana na mama to me na Jimmy for Kwasiafo we Jimmy omo ho Ghana. Obiambo obi atirimu tuo. Eno mu Jimmy omo. We will come back to Agyapadeer. Let me tell you people. Mamu yi mani mfiri Agyapadeer book ne so never. The moment amube yi mani efri Agyapadeer book no and the danger this book brings, that will be the end of this country Ghana. I mean, country every single youth in Ghana. Atamos Kaye, JJ Rollins Kaye, or see the NPP.
The NPP cannot be underestimated. You know it, I know it. They've been in existence for a long time and have been changing their names up till this day. The nature of who they are. Listen. Munjir, the nature of who they are, what they are, where they've come from, is something they are happy with, and they will be there for a long time. Let's not mimic their behavior. Let us reach into the principles and the values that emerged out of the circumstances that gave birth to us. And if we can hold onto those principles and those values, we will move way into the future and no one can ever defeat us. we will ride and override any obstacle as we did in the past.
J.J. Rollins Kasembi, and it's very important. Say, we should not forget the circumstances that brought us here today. What you say? What is what about num? Hey, Kevin Akabrofo is here bending. J.J. Rollins, I want to bro, you know. Or say, we should never forget the circumstances that brought us here today. Or say, yen enko ye chi na yen dwindwene de adi abedru hanne o si mamma ye remfi de si ya adi abedru hanna ye te Ghana ye boje so a ye konsuo ye kodidi ye hwe ye yerenom ye tumi kwa soreba ye tumi kwa adwuma ba o si mamu remfi because something happened circumstances be ne si ye de abedru ha. And that circumstances, they need say some people basically force us to forget. Circumstances bang. Some people sacrificed everything to get Ghana on the map. Your friend, Ghana, Gold Coast, Ghana. The sacrifices Kwame Nkrumah them they made. Those were the circumstances that brought us here. All the way to 1979, J.J. Rollins led young men to overthrow a government that wasn't ready to help the people. The circumstances that brought the 1992 Constitution. The circumstances that made J.J. Rollins say, I don't want a military rule. I want a democratic rule, dispensation. The circumstances that gave birth to the Fourth Republic. Those circumstances are very important and we cannot forget. This book, it was brought in to let us forget our circumstances. They crafted this story, and it's not just a story. This is their constitution. Achimfowi, omo hinene dasono, omo holy grail, their political constitution in ye. They are killing, they are stealing, they are making sure say Ghana no omo be bono. So omo free power cry, they can still control Ghana through Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. A vote for Bawumia is a vote for these criminals. Do not forget the circumstances. Ediebedruha. Say midwife catch us akosia mo akui ayemema oremfi de see ya and the ugina ha edu maame atam obeso catch us say dwene sene o maame ebreye ansa na owo. The circumstances that brought us here today. Mama masa ankwasiafo we, this book is dangerous. Mama obi anyi nanim free Agyapadeer book ne so. And a holiday is a mixed bag holiday. Before I go on, let me postulate the Franz-Pananian dictum. It stipulates that the algebra of revolution. Before I go on,
let me postulate from the Franz-Pananian dictum, which stipulates that the dialectics of reconciling two conflicting ideas is the algebra of revolution. The overbearing intervention of the state government had further exacerbated oporombium and amounting to sadomasochisms. Acrimony and chaos in our community. It was a contumelious stratagem by political jobbers to siphon monies. We suffer what we call political axivia nunantorum. Conclusively, we are a microcosm of the issues in the Niger Delta in the macrocosm. Today, we as a people are stating, Voxe Populi, Voxe Dei.
Today, we as a people are stating, Voxe Populi, Voxe Dei. Don't take your eye off the Agyapadeer book, a dangerous book. Book way, you better come till the day you go to the ballot. adekudie ntem bese beka ho asem say ya che omo Ochehene kacha is a book we started 2012 Ochehene the Galamsey captain or see book we started 2012 no hu ye 2013 wan ka ho asem Ochehene anka ho asem Gabi anka ho asem Ekufuado anka ho asem Achimfo kakra ya sebio omudi MPP anim omoya abonsami omanka ho asem 2015 wan ka ho asem 2016 it came up Osisa book ni sa it came up in 2016 Mumusan say adentina 2016 wan ka ho asem say book we nya no kore because that was the time they needed the power 2016 or so power ni mu no almost start year damage they forgot about the book because they thought to say Jimmy and intina de bi omka kire no omo person di atom say Mahama say mo short memory indirectly omo ka kire say mo Jimmy Mahama so ka kire say mure fi ade ntam from 2016-17 book we wo papa we anka ho asem Ekufuado anka ho asem Gabi anka ho asem they implemented everything in the book. Every single word they've implemented it. Now adentina 2024 I cut 2-3 months ni akotwaba. Why is he speaking about it? Because election time do. When we say you see a Ghana for any BA. When we say Ghana for any people are reading, people are breaking things down. People like us and our colleagues are on TV, they are on radio, we are on social media, we are breaking things down into quick. They are saying say enyo moi. In a space of 1 week, Ekufuado akasa, Galamsey chief akasa, Gabi Ochedakwa akasa. The party itself, omakofa eya anomabia begina TV to say onombe chirechirim. They are panicking because yehu omoto. Na se we nyina ensua nyanse mfiri na kotoma nkwasiafo ya omobe grind. So I'm for grind moti ase. Yaka so bi be grind oti ase. Omobe twum se mokoyirewa. Wemo omo dangerous. That is why they are speaking. They are speaking because omo will say yehu omochi. Omo will say Ghana for kinkan woman ehu woman ase. Omo will say omo to ebiese akoko kontwa. They have realized the people now know who they are, their intentions, and why they are doing what they are doing. The book, if you are denying the book, you cannot deny the content in the book and implementation of the book. Because Agyapadeer ewo book ni mu biaba. If everything in the book is today, as we speak, has been implemented, you cannot deny that the book wasn't written by you. We mo kano kre. Now, Mama yenye Aston. Aston. Why you Aston movie da? Unshi Aston movie da. And the weekend girls in our all right. We can actually take our time and do some survey, but before the survey, these are the gangs. Gang. They are very dirty people. Very dirty people. You can say dirty people are. And you say character, omusu. A thing. These are dirty people. These are filthy people. They had nothing. Maybe ka obotan deal Oforiata, how he duped Senate 5 billion. Oforiata Jimmy we ban white. You refi. You are people with short memories. Oforiata obotan. The reason why JJ Rollins had an issue with Atamils ni nyina say nanka say Atamils chi Oforiata tum. Oforiata duped Senate 1999, 2000. All the way to 2002, 3, 4. This guy, he went to exile. Okoshemu. Oba no white. Ye jiminti. Oforiata aba we mu di omakosua nwoma. Na wo usua krata. Edi anwoma na omakosua. Otuwe obi na chiro sibi apepa woto. Your natural common sense wo ho. Omu nim nyansa nchemo. Sa kwa bedi etu no ti aburuchi otu obi basement. Je no bedi kura e dem no. And on the Nigeria ni na waware no. They have stolen all your money. Obekona George sina no se kusiye. Omunipa mo Jimmy. We have allowed these criminals to take us to this point. We have allowed these idiots. Mr. S. Okay, you want me to take care of this? You have allowed these fools to finish you guys. And yet, Mamum Blemo Bia Gabi Ochredako. Ejapa, yet Kroman and Kofo Omutam, Ejapa bill about parliament. Ejapa. Omane de Agyapadeer book by no connections nana. Mr. S, go back to when Oforiatta started presenting budget in Ghana. Nashe edin ya to budget ni so nyina. Edin of to budget ni so nyina no, it is in this book Ejapa. And I'm steady here. They had a plan and they were implementing it and they are still implementing it. They wanted Bawumia to come so that they could do what they wanted. Bawumia is not human. Onya Ghana new. Bawumia is not Ghanaian. He does not care. Bawumia, you know, a fool and you. Bawumia, onya Ghana, onya nipo a robot. Okasa uhu. Bawumia nye nipa. He. Bawumia kasa ya uhuana. Onya normal. Onya nipa u.
Me pese membunu yenya ejuma aye. Jobs would be my major focus. Now, me be training 1 million youth in digital skills. 1 million youth.
Okay, come kwasi onya platform. Okay, come kwasi because ombumo ohun se mo Jimmy. And then I'm kana ya mo yasa Kevin di atam. I'm telling you the reality. But omi ohun se mo Jimmy o. Wa betina ba mu 8 years. Afena be training youth 1 million. Na 100,000 now waka so for mu napko no way. Kwasi asem we who we oyo robot 1947 year no. Enche ebe expand and say that ko gina oye me nitina blow na we see free muba. Me say one day be see. Bawumia is not human. 1947 eno mo manufacture Russia for na ye. Ekufu do a robot. Bawumia nye nipa. Na say na nipa kasa. Ni wa we wo see so say na nipa kasa. Nipa say nipa ya wo na or say na nipa kasa.
We will make access to mobile phones affordable. And the mobile companies no yebedi nkata ikita ho na the mobile phones no ama nipa na mafia watria 1 cedi 2 cedi 1 cedi 2 cedi 1 cedi 2 cedi 1 cedi 2 cedi kakra na watria mobile phone before enti
onye nipa oh is not okay. 47 Russia for you na a test product. Bawumia na a test product. And we here na mkaso we dey betum dey akwa Africa. Ono ni name one obi pi ha. Me say one day ogina stage abosa den sane tuko na wo ya dey chiri. Bawumia is not human. Nipa ya wo no. Sebio ya gu ne tunsuo. Say no kasa. Na me madam for ntafo bebre ntafo metume busa ntafo na tani say na ntafo kasa. Bawumia nye nipa.
Ye be koso sa. Ye ntie obia so oba be ke bibia che
ya. Atiche dia no so. Ya atiche dia no. Ye be koso sa. 7 o'clock near ye be ready no free no no ada. Jimmy. Onum wi 6:30. 6:45 no near free ya go to anum wi. We mu rascals o. Me see we mo rascals. These are rascals. You were not supposed to give power to these people. They are rascals. Only rascal. Yakas will be a rascal. They are rascals. Yakas will be a rascal. To me, kojani papa nto krechi no numi na nwusie ne kodem. These are rascals. So Yakas said, Bronica said, this boy is a rascal. You are crowd or stubborn. A crowd is stubborn there. Okaso ko sensuma onko no dimika no akobobo a stubborn kid. So this kid is stubborn. But so wakotam ne papa ebi a hammer bi the ho no da kwakobo TV na TV apa yakasa. This kid is a rascal. These are rascals. Sanko for everything collaborate. Omu tumi ko shom papa edem. Omu papa dem na omu de jota ko shom papa suniase. Ekufu adum tumi de jot e shom papa suniase because omu papa no jot. Na ebofo anoma be yi jot no. Na omu de akojin papa window echi no man na nwusie na kodem. Omu ya rascals. Do you know who a rascal is? That is a rascal. Or a dangerous. When you try to tame them, they can kill you. Hey. Mo de mama menye de oho. Ebiane say a nice smile like Asamoah has be a Jimmy here. Asamoah Jimmy here.
Yes, I. Media, because I hate here. The American say, media, how are you to know? I'll pay many vice presidents at your and I'm beside say, dear, no, how are you to know? 101, where you I'll say me about Rebecca, not many know 101. And I'm beside say, dear, no, how are you to know? And I'll catch them and say, oh no, dear. The focus on the youth. And I'm going to say, maybe tell my youth today. On boy you to the mommy. On boy you to the mommy. Now be I know. It's me I didn't why I'm on me personally, you know. What's happening in I'm a match manifesto committee. I remember youth and sports of Ghana. It's you know, why am I mamma? Me I sure said, what can I tell me say, why am I youth, you know? Mo 7 December there me jamamo mo amasem 18 youth as usual me jamamo 18 7 December.
This guy cannot even put his thoughts together. Oh, to me putting the thoughts together. You know Jonathan and Oka. No, I campaign and also catch up about me and Kano Krenti 7 December Mwanga Samunim de Mkonkoye. The guy cannot even put his thoughts together as a mojan. So now somebody making sense. He can't do it. He's daft. You can't man from a legend. Legend that daft is a damn it. Oh, Jimmy who stage. And now I'm say as a mojan airlines will say baby jet airlines. They be on my I say golf bush and a him. Because these people, they are politicians, and you need to treat them like politicians. He's making money out of you. Also, Mikajo said, this guy, I was starting to say, he's going nationwide tour as a Mojan tournament or what campaign, oh yeah. He does not care what the young people are going through. Nipa ebomu to election, as a Mojan does not care because on earthquake prone area, it me crack money time yeah. And these are some of the foolish people who they want to use in doing what? In convincing the youth. That is the problem. Now, Samojan, we took one kakraw. What not broaching close to bebre onim what development is. Or chain aboriginal youth. Media the youth, Jimmy. And people like that, how do you respect them? Because they are greedy. Because they think that, you see, every young person is foolish. Inti, oh, me na ne from Asamoah, me na more black star mayor politics, me na me kobo penalty tune and go for we and me know me ho. Inti, I want to at the end of me sabe come go gem abuofunu. On an Ghana and I said golf bush and a him who said and I say Jimmy, tell the people the truth. Why don't you tell the vice president, Mr. Vice President? What did you tell the youth when you were coming to power? You told them you're going to create jobs for them. Where are the jobs? Now, where's somewhere where Jimmy T? Jimmy forces also a Ghana and what be also you came for the youth. Or free youth. A youth. A debany youth. Yeah, I'm on my anchor. Original stage. A man Asamoah is almost 45 to 48 years. On Yakwarao, Mamunjana say, Sa football agent, when Nini. Now, baby, I would dream a man like you cannot put your thoughts together. And you're about to know, baby, I would dream you cannot pick a mic and make sense. You can come on my young cancer, Mojana, some Yantiano Casa, Baby Jet Airlines, away, Onika Pre. What a gonna be a fuel station, I was car, you. Right, Uncle. Cause Vietnam, cause small boys, some be a water company. Me yen you, me a fuel station, or fuel station, Ghana whisker. These are all ignorant people, ignorant boys. I'm going to say to the women about that. I'm going to say Jimmy. They are idiots speaking nonsense. As much as Jack or Jack cannot as I say. These are daft idiots. Also, who did you ask some at them? Do you know the number of people who lose their lives after Asamoah Jimmy way compare Bawumia be the president? Do you know that people have lost their monies? Who are Asamoah under Bawumia and Akufo-Addo and Nam1 Tamusika? Under this government, and Nam1 defrauding millions of people who Jimmy the Bawumia. You are not telling the government to make sure the right thing is done. Adentra yenye Jimmy phobic to Ghana. Some people who give birth like pigs, nipebi, filthy people, they will support people like you. And people like you deserve no space. Aden Bawumia boa, di enti na waboa wa fra betina committee so you dying. There wa achieve we are singing no. You are excited see afra betina committee so you dying. That's why I keep telling you people. Asamoah is a politician. Oh, don't sit there and say Asamoah Aya would then share the decision and statement of politicians in the Abedruha. Say a Bobby to Ghana and the decision of a politician during election 2020. A politician and my order and your book go for 8-2. 2020 elections. A politician and a car send me to Nipa Bitrim. It is Asamoah a mountain stager on him the consequences that comes with it. On Jimmy. The billions they are stealing, you cannot isolate somebody like Asamoah on your footballer. Asamoah is a politician. Or you read this about Omia. So you people, if you don't understand what we are talking about, the moment you openly say you are doing this, we will deal with you. And we will scrutinize you. We will let the people know who you are. All kind of crimes so we can't throw. A man at your age, you cannot put your thoughts together. You want to convince Ghanaians to vote. Or China, how can you convince your dog to vote from home? You cannot convince your dog. You cannot put your thoughts together. You don't even know what to say. Unim dia umbie wanonka. Now person ochire me dia memenye. Adentia yedim framagu let them say bo into nim nyansa cheme. Bottom. Now let's do something here. We ja oh dear. Ukas we ja kura no one make it kura more. We ja. And the holiday was a ja. Shows bebre on TV so yenjiska kokoshe otwi. If you are in politics, you are in politics. Oh. A lot of people talk about me, say things about me, my kids, my wife. It's because I speak on politics. I know this job and I know what it entails. Menya kora in this business. Oh. And do not think say we don't know what we are doing. We know what we are doing. There are so many people and coming to me but because of what I do, they say things about me. And there are so many people in politics and come to me and criticize you, but because they are in politics, I should be able to criticize them. That is how this whole thing is. Into the moment you come out to say about politics, you need to understand it's very slippery. You know the consequences that comes with it. And then make a jam say, "Chada ye krom for." Chada, oye wi. Any young man be waiting 40 years and over or so supported Chada with Jimmy in life and I waste. Me say. Any young Ghanaian waiting 40 years and over. I will say Chada na ebe change my bra boss and pano na bra ba bosso. Ayeka obey sa ko on to me 100,000 and talk up so be on to me. Wa one in babedi here. I am telling you, I'm not cursing you. These are the facts. Now her Chada onena nam Ghana ya wapem pam eye ketin sa hihye wo sade ende onenam Ghana a oso onye sika na onye wiase sika nyina sika na de na ode ye Ghana o. If you are over 35, basically you are 40 years onye akora o onye youth, you that man, you that woman at your age also to me Chada tena ho kire na de etunufo and say at that point na say wano etu ya Chada tu because ohia wan bo abrabo ye antutu nyoma ye una we Jimmy Chada ye kromfo. Everybody knows he has not even been able to clear himself. He's a thief. Makan so many times I have spoken to Chada on phone mushana mumusano, and why I am saying he's a thief, I want him to bring it up. Chada is a thief or a kromfo. He's a liar in the first place. He's a dishonest guy. Oh yeah, You people think we just sit here and spin a Cheddar minimum way. Where do I know this guy? Where Cheddar minimum way? Who is he? Dot anyway. But I want the young people to understand. So I question pam curtains session in Ghana no. Only me. Some were even $2 million. Now me a Ghana and me were $50 million. Only minyansa. Why do you say you want to go into politics? To do what? You can't go into politics and force a policy. You can't. But you can sit out, use your money to help the people you are saying so more breno. Na kwasi ampe you the 42 na ka cheda e bi adwuma na nke fa wasanka wo mana wa wo mu se preku nka benye bi ahwe wo ana meboa onko ye president answer otuma hwe wo na cheda embe president we the 50 aboa otu nyine fu dwene. That is how you have to say kamoko dem a na modum light na mote modem mo curtains na ayefi na amonsesa no na mote ho se na me dia asase so be 40 to 42 years. Mean to me $100 and to home me back and son me wu and me piena ka bomia and kwara nyina da ne mmoa. These are things to think about. How am I going to change the lives of my kids? That is what I think about every day as a rational dad. Before I go to bed, that's what I think about. So me musa memba to dia agro me show mo something clicks. I ask myself, at a point, I will not be strong like this. At a point, my wife is not going to be strong like this. At a point, we cannot do what we are doing. Intimation, my man, sometimes when I sit and they are playing, last weekend, Olympics, they were so excited. You were cheering. But I sat sometimes, you keep quiet and you watch your kids. Parents be out or take it time at a point. No, Gina, no, they think deep about the future of their kids. How am I going to secure their lives? Wasia mucho mukwati te se nwan mu te se moa ewia na mu di awifo achi se awifo no be create opportunity mamo na mu di ma se nwan no na mu nim se mo be hwe omo failed boys and girls mutiti Ghana Jimmy at your age kamuti abrochira kamu ye CEOs kamuti abrochira osan kamu ye CEO at this point at your ages and kosa bo babia wo dan Mwangasa muto mo draws nru 4 na wabetina bedwam be defend the cheddar risa no owo sika onko ye fuo. I will advise him to go put together the biggest farm in Ghana or to employ 70,000 youth in different kinds of farming. So see why ready so be boa Ghana or sika papa bi dawa this money that is digital. This sika digital way. He has no physical money anyway. So digital money way. Anyway, in a day, Obetuma Sorano Panada is 0.00. This fake criminal money this boy is parading in Ghana. Why do you think they are buying those archaic toys and telling you say it's a car? They cannot invest in anything better. You need to sit back as a parent sometimes. No busa questions. Me to me pain. They be free me pan mo aba no. E was say me sustaining ade na be free me pan. Na moto mo pass em preku. Mutu wia na enkwara amanyini cha omo na mode mo bra abehye omo nsem we odwan. I don't live my life like that, and I don't think any intelligent person in Ghana na adwumu da ho no will live their life like that. That is reasoning. And na chese onim nyansa se me kodi oba so bia to me di oba odwan bia to me wo. But after you give birth, how do you secure the future of the kids? And yes, I catch a say, member to me, my ho, and I'm a back school. It's about how you are able to sustain the kid and make sure their future is secured. Obiako school da is everybody rich? No. Obiako school, but we still have people on the streets. So ask yourself, and yes, say bia school fee bia ba odo bako tum na chest will secure the life. What have you secured for that kid? Into technically, basically, you are messing the streets up. Just say, who jantra for gum? What's it jantra for? And now, Mote Ghana, Munsu Nyansa. Think about the future of your kids. Missy, we already 40 years and over with each other, you know. You are done. You die a poor man. What can you create out of that? Chada be the president and Anko Day. Obedi president na uwedi 42 no na nkware den na waba Osuma modi 42 nyina mo besa line. Obi a be dey dia na be na wo won san adwuma. Wo ti wono uko school go do saying. Wo ti to na number banjire no. Ye ka say tina dem na dwene dia na person ya betuma aka. You sit in Ghana and you foolishly fool yourself. Na mo say mo my life. Montina say, we don't hate you. We love you people. We know where you have gotten to a desperation. Some of you women and men over 40 years why desperate, why depressed. You are looking around. Hey, oma mi si su nyina obi aye okay o. But I want to bonk we mu. Curtains na ndem twema nim. Curtains kura me ntumi nsi. And I made them sunkam. Montina say, a depression. When you get to this age, one have a commit suicide. You can talk. But when you sit, you can ask for help. People are willing to help. And yet ding. Bema omam $2,000 bi. Yebetumi di amount. That's how it works. Things can work out for you. We do a lot of things for people. It's one of those things. Depression, yetumi steady any who depression be free. Most an opportunity anajo no mo ti omo de no mo kem. Curtains omo hu fi free. The boxes mun nyina gang. Or sorry no chim the boxes mu I say akwabi ofufu ochoba. Just say no munjai. I will know where you have gotten to. Where remain up and check. So relax. Munyina mbema ne mbema mbano. When you check that air person that be the president. MMO Juma abua. All right. Let's move on. And a holiday into a rough cut. All right, Mr. P, are we good? Oh, really, Mr. P? Oh, Jimmy for Cheddar, no, the president, I want on in Baby Juma. Cheddar, then I'm Ghana, only MP, only member of parliament, Bakumpo. Na Kwasiato, my dream quetchinti, Mongininti, Munimunyansa, Momam Hunquine, my mom for Chremo. My Musa Munim Bibia. Cheddar made the president, or made the president, or could the president now, or Giant Ben on Nikoya Juma, and your end is near people. Now we are president. Do you have power over parliament? No. Ebi amonte yes bia amambu etie. You're the executive, you're the legislature, and you're the judiciary. Ni nyina ye independent. Even though people say they pull the strings, if you don't have a member of parliament, how do you run the country? Mwe Jimmy, modo mu ya tu ebrogu anu ma say nwan na mu die chera. Mwe say bola bed. Na mo beto Obama chera be di president why no nkobu aban why na ekoshe mra na ma cheda into betina ho no asaba parliament mo Jimmy mo nim nyansa mo nyini kwa birthday 42 43 mo di nkwase birthday atogu mo tra man Jimmy for way obia on the field. Stick to your field. Me, I'm sticking to my field. This is what I do. All right. Nyome mo adin I didn't make a boys. And yes, I mean blame obia and I mean obia so ni problem. I'm being very honest. Cheddar. Asamwejan. Na Asamwejan e kasi expose Asamwejan na Asamwejan betima tena Ghana. Mumbusa Asamwejan say girl benefeno Linda Nana Ajwa. Mumbusa Asamwejan. Mumbusa Asamwejan say Linda Nana Ajwa Linda. Girl ben Asamwejan. Mese mon frère Asamwejan isi Asamwejan say girl benefeno Linda. Na Asamwejan ko beda jail. Asamwejan was ko jail be 5 years ago. Asamwejan. Hey. Mon friend number no, mon friend Kevin Taylor say Asamwa. Girl ben your friend Linda. Nana Ajwa. Mumbusa no. The client men will chase the fiancé. What is happening behind the scenes? Asamwejan. Such a dirty human being but you say because the youth. Mon friend the number is 050. Mon friend Asamwejan. Opposite dirty politics. You need dirty politics. Dirty crowd and into minje. Ewa brabo mu biem. Asamwejan number the mon friend 050 591 1880. Mon friend Asamwejan. Foolish guy. You such a filthy person. Who misdirect you to the biem. You are going to you are here to misdirect the youth again. We say Ghana for uncle Jimiana. Mama mayen koho. Say akasi koha. Mumubi mbesha muwa for them. Some of you people working in Ghana, you medical report to Abontinia. You cannot even step out again. Mo amosuma emebetondro abe. Monjai jimino no bianye dina enkorano enfo madwen to abama ndisi na nyoma nye ye. Oh dear. Now, mommy size movie viewer. Calculation. I will stabilize city with gold. Gold for oil. No, how far with gold for oil? It's exactly 5:45. Jack, over the weekend I was sick. You know, I got these blisters and stuff. Yeah. Jack. Sakwa we okay say or the gold. Or the gold ebe stabilizes CD no. CD no was 16. As amoja nimnyansa. Kobeka say akonta. Na mi ko jina stage akasama we. CD na okay so the gold be stabilize no. CD no akosi sen kasamoja nimnyansa. Anka samoja nimnyansa anka osi oni vice president aiding komo okukuwa mu no. Kobeka say Mr. Vice President, you said you were going to use gold for oil to stabilize the city. The city is at 16. Why is it still at 16? Nanka san komo no also ni vice president we jiminti ye nim de shower him begina stage be kan kwase say youth obodam. So gold for oil in faso be nya also ba omi oye robot onye nipa. Asam hey okay say ana me ka kire Paul Ademochi Paul no Ojina Metro Ojimi no ho Ojina Metro TV Ojimi no about 3 years they be am say Paul they be am be Gina na me ka Paul maintain about 3 to 4 years now Otumbe Gina Metro no kan kwase asam no be di matam na Ejimi for the so Paul lotto forecaster me say Paul afa aka Paul part 2 ya kasa chirema monte. Okay. Gold for oil is gone. Now this is a picture that GH1 posted, and I think when you criminals will free so. I think I want to also show you. I know some munyina muhu. Omo a year of road. Omo construct a kwanche kwame nkuma sanko asemu no moye no Ghana. Enkwasiade omo ti Ghana ni. We have constructed more roads than Kwame Nkrumah. We have constructed 5,000 miles of road. We say 5,000 kilometers, 50,000. San kwasi asem we no mu yewu. Omo kwasi sako tala. Na omo be biegu kwan no so. Na omo to one trip. Mines moba. Uni mines moba. You go to the mines moba. Uni my ontina bua say that uni mines moba. Omo koto kota. Uni kota. Samu uni kota. Aha. No maswegu kabu na omato ahwea mines mboba one trip de mo friend no sapete no omoto sa gravels na no mo de one triple no be omo be yen kitikiti no mo hwie black na guso omo di nkan guso ekuro be ne wo wiase ye kwan sei ekuro be ne wa asase we so a sapete kro mo ntumi nye sa we wo sapete papada hwade bi omo ye kwasi campaign ba begina TV so aka je say Nana Dan Kweku Fuado Achechidie no he has constructed more roads than Kwame Nkrumah. Ejimi Fowi. This. Na mahama ni endisi omo Jimmy kura na we ene kombe jai na kombe lose power. This is what you people are sitting with. This is what you people are living with. This is what you people are saying say yema MPP in Twaso. In the end no people are sitting on TV and doing what? Entertaining Baumia. When year of road nani. Ghana young people, ameka bi binchiramo. Politician bi eniwa obe free heaven aba Ghana ye. Eya politicians ye no moti Ghana na de ema ye be hu se politician we obetuma aboaye ene de waye ene de oye. What that politician has done and what that politician is doing. ansa na broni beto abama politician no odinka busa no ho se politician no die na oka kire me a eye me da odi so abrofo omo election nyina governance nyina is all about truth and fulfillment. So oka asem kire broni na wendi so a ontoma ho eno ano no. It should not be complicated for the young Ghanaian. Politician be free heaven and back. Eye de ani omutie ya na be use omo. America wuti politician fufuru be free baby ama eye nkofo ya omutie ya na form. But the reason why some politicians are revered, respected, some politicians are given a lot of chances and then they say what they have done, what they have been able to do, and how truthful they have been. And no. Because politician, so be the president, and ye nyina de betuma po achia ni nsem. And ye nyina na ye ni po ebehuno. And ye nyina na sebio obeba ye krum. But na no asema oka kire no, eno na sebio ebeme hu se oben anase onben ye. So politician be eka che osemesi school. Na se obedi power na we in school na only sa politician muntemu wa. There's no relationship. So politician because Messi E-block, Messi regional hospital, Messi chip compound. Na otomana na osi sa market no, osi chip compound na a sign of bond. What Chira would say medi masamuso. Ain't whenever you see this project with Krum na, it means I am here with you. That is how it works. Ain't every time you have E-block, every time you have chip compound, every time you have Kotokraba, ubehu kejetia, ubehu any project. Ema wo kaisa politician and say a bona or share wono with this so this politician is still thinking about you. And it's obi catcher will say to abama me na dollar no na was 3.8 me ba me mana ba form na obana dollar ko 60 na wo twa wotro. He's a liar. So catcher say to abama me be make sure say Messi 350 senior E-blocks high schools in Ghana within a year. Now say for 8 years on Sibakwa, that politician is dangerous. We try to throw on you know. So catch a tuabamano or Baba for Juma. Now catch out say Ghana beyond 8 or the BB by a friend in Napco or Bia Benye Juma 100,000 youth. Omunyina benye Juma me 700 Ghana a month. Now after a year, Omunyina asabetenefia. That politician is dangerous. I am making you understand politics. It is not complex. It is very simple. So a politician catcher will say, obey one village, one dam. And that village, another dam no de brono, ebema papa, o mame, we bush your form wo ede ebrufu, ana yam farm, ana bibia omejuma koso, na musumenya bibi edia. Na say for 7 years, wanya dam na. That politician is a liar. So I catch us obey one district, one factory. Na ejuma beba, na ejume buso. Na the same politician elder no be catch us say see the Osama Mitumia member youth ne ejuma ya. That means the one district, one factory was a lie. Because anka one district, one factory no was effective na eye ejuma. And constant be stage in say the youth getting employment is my problem, is my priority. Inti ba omi be stage catch us say the youth getting a job and then a priority. It means the one district, one factory has failed. That means that promise was not fulfilled. You don't listen to that politician because you are still going to give him power. Into the moment that means say and that is what Bawumia is doing. And then it seems some way Jimmy. And then it seems say offer will be to some wajan dinechia. Young person be able some wajan no at Abama no. Now the question is as some wajan or jina hono and for sobe na Ghana nya ono so. As some wajan jina hono and for sobe na Ghana enya wo as some wajan so. One for cap and befi. Per dem you tuama some wajan any bonus ye the man from time of Bob Blackstar one for cap back one befi. As some wajan crampono he has got financial loss to the state. A Krobian ki try to cheat. Because we paid Asamoah monies years to go and do one thing, bring trophy back home. It is Asamoah Siko GD nyina no a Olidi Black Stars no na nko so the trophy be kire say sa per dem allowances amutia travel any ade koda hotel nyina no sika taxpayer tuanya. This is what I can show for ebe sinne akoya golf ball na nantemu when tuma fa kuraba mekire or ka kire say yankotuma ba omia. So it's only a failure who notices a failure. That is why a failure like Asamoah is introducing a failure like Bawumia to us. Because Asamoah names away failing, he cannot introduce somebody who has done what? Who has delivered. Because the question is, Obehun say, ne level ni ndu sa ni pano. Member politics is not complicated, it's simple. And I can tell you, Abana Okotono, Otuma MPP, what to me kufuado, it's simple, na bre, me. Me $1 is 16 Ghana. Me $10 I me do here Ghana. It's a fact. Se me kuta $100 now yere kaso kofa jene e wa sankregwa ba. Sa na junu mihia no dwom na oda eye ka so meka say anti aden ho afe. Say bra ba ne den. Oh. Me ba chomo man a bottled water ba ko. In e kom de wo yere da ka so sika wo de be fa jene ne kura enso me kuta $100 me say $1,600 me yi $300 o yire be catch us kwabena jene no man fambo ye twen no shem hotel we Jimmy we dra reality na me bo yem no o te so ameka se me yire de he by mistake no go shake Kevin Taylor bi o tema by mistake no go shake Kevin Taylor bi o techimantia by mistake no go shake Kevin Taylor bi o koforudia. So kofa tomatoes aba or kofa carrot or kofa ntuma mistake no go check every tell ahunani bi wo Togo enu ano no ntuma or the 3 days or the 4 months be kofa aba ye be yi $1,000 wo yire ubo wo sa wo ba amanfo masa amanfo wo ba wo Togo o de fa ujibi tina ho bottle water keke slice of pizza eto amankroma num enu ano no num awie Obama beka just me no tina o ye de na maame na pizza slice kakra bi any bottled water da coke sinchen and okọ dem was mercury light gan bibia white bo bra ye na to papa enye sa amankroma ye ne ba ye betu ya to ye ne de ya ka kirebo ne ye wuhwehwe he said de be enem na ntia gina TV so he tina ho tina ho ye de na ebe emrantie tina TV so a wonnim se de me Canada ho oyire ho ofe when the 52 oyire wo 38 ye ba o ye the $1 to 16 Ghana ba ye ne ye ba o bogus ye ba yo itimu de amontina ho ukọ Korea 8 years no ukọ Korea da jeans ya wo top fubu die eno ana oda ho mia fubu na o mia 2016 na mahama wo so a wo to e fubu no eno ana oda ho mia me ka no kura na kyerɛw o wadanfo frimpon de one ne waso amena ono de otumi kon kakra ono wo yere da ba wonim da bia frimpon de one ne te so ameno a da bia na ka kyerɛ mo sɛ saa akwa de nye di papa on sɛ ukodi MPP ekito nkwase aba no ende frimpon oda ho ko wo yere one wo yere da na wo ka wo petro betu ka akɔ tema wo betuma fu plane da bia wo yere ko eyi a frimpon ne da otewo na nka wadwuma ejina ne na so a ogene se ya abo atema ka obekọ go different point hwe frimpon hwe ne tikọ na tikọ flash eyi Canada Japan enso oba de nechi. So I am being honest with you. Me mama political show do ba na me the reality na kam ho na mo hu de ekọ en otu nkwasiaba a wo bre nkwasiaba na ama wadwuma sei enkwasiaba na ama nipa mbu eye party de twa me fruma ena wo 4 billion na the bank and aka 44,000 Ghana eye enkwasiaba enye bibia beifo bi ni bebia tumi boni bia ni bebia eye nkwasia decision e de wabedru ha to abapa ne ka kire wo nuanom ntoma NDC na omommra na omommehye wadwuma mu kena ma wo na wagimi wo da ho dwudwu to yetia bodi ensama ye ka kire mu a awosanke yekoye classes 6 months be kana ye kan simple sa no eno na watrema 8 years a munyina mo bre no yo. All right, besides Mr. P, we good. Now, mami come enim. Some of the boggers no more local boggers kind of creature amonti. Me dem akan dem kan makachira mo no. Now, mo hwa de bi a AC Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations. Ye ba be call eye and that's some so Agyapadeer book no mema renfi book ni de hia ye ginam maka kire mo say And I've seen Sir Inkoto is breaking the book down, which is quite interesting. Very nice. Sami TV ways no obi a was be break book down. Inkoto wiede de me ba be besumi ba be dwudwam. And me de no madwudwam Sunday nwumbre. Yakwa yiaba endase asore. Yakwa wie aduane wo wedding asede a hye politin bags ma be fie fridge mu. So ochene ebedi ehia wonti ende ehie ase na okoko wie aduane be hye fridge mu. Ehia wo. Ya bo atma ehia wo ne wukunu. Muko eyi ase ne 7 mu amuso yempo de nka ye se toa so akoyi o. Unim Naomi ono so ne papa eyi na nka oboa o gise eyi no aduane na hye politin bag ma ko sika mu. Uni wukunu ehia mo. Naomi ni wukunu moye hiafo monto abapa esi a mon pese nkofo beti aye se boga ye mre aben wo haka woto ye waton waka kire nkofo so onu abefa kotema oboa monto abapa na ahokire no emfiri mu so ohianti ende mokọ wed na mundidi o yempo ne kakakra bi o de aka no kra ye ready yes akwa na okay eyi frimpon eyi Jackson ani ni abema no danso ma no so ye wedding to de mon park oboa obodi ko fridge mu kapre di fie ohianti ende mokọ wed na mundidi no ma se go politin bag ma ko fie ko fridge mu ohia bekumo enkwasi abanti ne nema mo tse sa wed aduane enkwasi abanti ko wed na serve yourself o sanka buffet otika krebi no waduane echemampon hina bomu okotena so a wundi ni nyina na wahwe go politin bag uni ukunu mienu maduane 4 days ohia first na nkonkofo ba mo ho begie aduane di first ni ebie shop amount wona na woton nyoma uwrem uyi nsuo no anom coke na de che and the other 4 minimum kura woni bi nkwasi abanti wedwa reality na me de pem no reality na me de pem no wedwa ana me ka kire wo no ohianti mesas wa look at this. See, Mr. Is this a church or wedding or hey, Shade? My team said me show me for be binchamo. This is what my team just sent me. Hey, they say, boss, show them this. And here kwasi abanti he. Oh hienti oh here. Time na mahama teso. Emu school for na educo school. Yene. Time ye ko SS. We ye 2510. Ena na edigu ye rice school kam ni edi. Oh hienti ene mo ko asori programmer emu ne de dada am se nkokọ ohianti ende 5 kg momuntu mi nto mahama breso na sa 5 kg motoche ende 5 kg ne de beti mu se nkokọ ohia enkwasiaba hwene asori dem ne de mo sisi ye de sisi table so mun di no kure ye be fidi mu se mponche. Thank you Mr. P. Oh de esi wo Ghana ohianti o na nka 5 kg mo 5 kg mo ye di sisi to se nka akwa na de kofie moda ni refugees na mu Ghana na nkwasiade. Mr. P so konya sa a picture we me ko foi in Agyapadeer book no I want to say make this announcement me team ni se men kan kire mo Mr. Article on a presenting Hausa ewo Loud Silence TV. And every Saturday and Sunday, no, 4 p.m. I think so. Guys, get me the time. On Loud Silence TV, no. Team, get me the time. I know the schedule is coming in. On Loud Silence TV, no, Mr. Article, the Hausa ebe breaki Agyapadeer book. Agyapadeer book we ba mingi e komo for no free so. Sa Agyapadeer book mo Sebio Hausa kasa no mote ase ye no mo pe nchirechiremu Agyapadeer book no 4 p.m. Saturday and Sunday Mr. Article will be on Loud Silence TV. Yes, Saturdays and Sundays. Ono so be break book down e Hausa kasa mu. Wallahi. Mutum banzani o. Hey. Bawa saba book nangode abinchina breakdown simple grammatic simplicity Mr. Article. Enti Shafiq Sulemana. And so ebe break book down every Saturday and Sunday. 4 p.m. Mr. 4 p.m. US. That is 8 p.m. Ghana. Clarify this for me. Team, check this for me. The time of 4 p.m. Is it 4 p.m. US or 4 p.m. Ghana? Now, the time on mission or Ghana on Loud Silence TV. Team, get me. I'm okay. Inti Hausa Agyapadeer book no Saturday and Sundays. Loud Silence TV so no 4 p.m. But I'm trying to get say 4 p.m. no. Okay, so Yes. 4 p.m. US, which is 8 p.m. Ghana, Saturday and Sunday, enyumre 8 p.m. Biano, Tinaw TV home, Mr. Article, the Hausa version, the bebro. Obabeka Hausa emu de. Hausa donko suli na mutu. Hausa fresh taste. Zoom yani nankabi Hausa grade in Mr. Article and one. Hausa emu de. Hausa ya temu. Just Hausa temu. And no, on the bebro Saturday and Sunday, Ghana time, 8 p.m. Pepe, Hausa Duba, Bawasaba, Abinchina, Munkuni Baba. Inti every Saturday and Sunday, Biano, Mwa Moti Hausa na Mopesa Moshe Agyapadeer book breakdown, Loud Silence TV, 8 o'clock Ghana time, and you bring Pepe, Tinaw TV home. Mr. Article will come, he will break it down for you. Yeah, my book will go baby. Right now, no, ya bepe almost omote a ye ha I know Bikano. Asamoah is my national teammate. He should be 47 this year. And a dahono. Asamoah kokura wen in Ghana. Wa mfa kurabamba ebedim kwase. All right, let's move forward. And the weekends mix bag. It's exactly 10 p.m. in Ghana. Mr. P. I think say okay. I wanted to speak on this. Now this issue, Ministry of Information Day. Adebia Betwabonte. Now on say it's so funny. It's funny because we are hiring. We're a Ministry of Information. Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations. We're a whole ministry in Ghana. Monja Adebia advert bi omoye. Now, we are meburu asembi. Also, we are hiring work from home. And then the Ministry of Employment, your ministry no website no. Adani ayedian, Adani Alibaba. Na hwede also. We are hiring work from home. Minimum daily wage 300 to 600 Ghana. Where the I say you. Okay. Minimum daily wage 300 to 600 Ghana. Salary paid on the same day. Mamidin kan you Ministry of Employment the advert bi aba say oh omo fa nipa. Na nipa no fa no de bia ometua oka between 300 Ghana to 600 Ghana every day. And I'm say Sa sikani etuani de bia Ministry of Employment na eyaban na ebetua sa sikana na yenko yenim omo say choose your working hours freely wankasa time a person oye adwuma no ubetume choose time a person oye adwuma choose part-time or full-time freely yes so person oye part-time and also person oye full-time kra eno so no wa ubetume choose na wa ye de wo pe e mo odin o no, but so say click to register and apply. Now, official partners, omo partner, afeni pano, companies a friendly game. In Ghana today, game has closed down. When you say game, and the Ghana, you're too. The Ministry of Employment is misinforming and disinforming. In terms of companies, I was here now, some companies never more, but game now on the game company now Ghana, egu. Game. That company game. Yen say game ne wo Ghana, sa game ne gu. But on Ministry of Employment site so no, game is there. Say game will be for adwuma. Game egu. Kumasi game egu, Accra game egu. Omo fodi up omo ko. Intending a whole Ministry of Employment and misinforming, disinforming because omo who say Jimmy. Or say company be say ShopRite. Any day Maxmat. Maxmat dipo mo ye adwuma do for. Maxmat. Nipo mu edwuma Maxmat omu nduru 4. Jumia any light speed into companies way a scam. The Ministry of Employment, they are scamming you. Now anka when you now po ya no kra, then it means if this were to be true, then it means the 24-hour economy of John Mahama Kano, it is real. Because you are telling people they can work from home. They can choose their working hours. And on the ministry's website, or say morning or afternoon, you can choose to be permanent or part-time. You can choose to be full-time or part-time. You can work freely from home at your own time. So then it means to say, MPP Nibi Kachira will say, until 24-hour economy, I say, oh, this is 24-hour economy if it is true. But this is a scam. You see, there can be misinformation and disinformation. Ekufuado Achichidie from the Jubilee House. They misinform and disinform. These are liars. You see, and a whole government, and now they say the form is on Facebook. This is the Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations. See how low we have come. And we still get people, almost some students, intellectuals, defending these idiots on TV. Saturday, obebi TV anopa. Na omugu joy. Na omusa gu city. Adanya, oh, week ni nyina no, nkwasi aseme course ni nyina no. Ye ni enim nyansa ye beka. Into be city. Na Franklin Kujo, camera wa ha, na ohwa ha. Erade ya go. Obebi city TV Saturday anopa. Obeko Franklin Kujo page so I'm on city, come and listen. Camera shaha no so shaha. They be a camera shahina. And you know, Momo Bodam. Obeko join is not to work. Please, let me land. I got this on my lips. Oh, I have lip gloss here. On Shako. Obeko join news. Almost on very big news file. Please, Mr. Mark, please. Oh, now, Samson, viewers, today we are here. After that, I'll do Samson's take. So, I have on my right here Mr. Enyinem, who is a professor from the University of Ghana, and my far right, Mr. Sapong, who has always been an expert in energy. When you come to my left here, too, you can see our own good friend Kweku Bako. And my immediate left, you can see Mr. Awono. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming. So today, you all know what is on the table. Or can we 4 hours? Oh, can we start from? Let's start from. So you want to know the president has made a statement. Did he goof? Is Kwame Nkrumah the founder or not? Do you think the president's statement is basically a statement that he wasn't supposed to make, or you think he has a case? Let me start from my right, my brother Mr. Wakon. Also, thank you, Samson, and thank you, your viewers, for giving me this platform to come and also express myself and also contribute to your show. So thank you. I started. Hey, Samson, your viewers will all understand the president and where he's coming from. We were all here when people were saying things about Ekufuado and his family. In fact, what the president said, basically, if you want to listen to him very well, you realize that he wasn't really after Nkrumah, but he was stating the fact, because when you look at the UGMC, or when you look at the UG, or the party, the NPP, where they have come from, the Ekufuado NLM and the fashion that started, they were all together as a people. So singling out Kwame Nkrumah at this point would mean that the Ekufuado's family members were useless. And I believe that, I'm sorry. Please, can you retract that statement? It's too strong. So then the Ekufuado's family members didn't really cooperate. So thank you very much for retracting. Thank you. So that's what I think. So, Mr. Agyapadeer, do you want to respond? Oh, yes. But you know, my brother here is saying things. I have been saying that this also, and then the guy will try to interject. I didn't say also, please let me land. Oh, Samson, you gave me 3 minutes. You gave him 3 minutes. He says, that is 3 minutes. Why is it? Let me land. Please let me land. Where the let me land? Where the, oh, please. Where the our big brother? 4 hours. In Kofu, 4 hours. Hey, Randy, we didn't waste time. Yanni Galafo. So who is talking now? Also, Samson, we need to have some decency here. We are all men and we all understand what you're talking about. But when you use that word, when you use a word like Agyapadeer miscrimes, then it means you are disrespectful. So Mr. Frimpong, please retract. Why should I retract? That is a word that please retract, because it is making every so. Then Frank, we know we also have to speak because they are spend a lot of time. My brother, wait, we will say 4 hours. We have our brother too on the line. Let's take him. Also, camera da ha Mr. Kuban, what do you say? I say yes, you have muted yourself. Now Mr. Kuban kasa. Mr. Kuban, you have muted. Come on here, Jimmy. Now Mr. Kuban, please, you have muted yourself. So we cannot hear Mr. Kuban. I think we will go for a short break. And when we come back, we will see if Mr. Kuban can unmute himself. So we'll be right back after this short break. Near call from Mr. Kuban on the phone. Mr. Kuban, you are mute. You are on mute too. So please unmute yourself so that we can go on. Oh, sorry. Then Samson will come back. Thank you very much, viewers. Mr. Kuban is back. No, I could be mute. Mr. Kubani, laptop is on just here. Oh, thank you. Mr. Kuban is back on the line. Mr. Kuban, you were talking. Mr. Kuban, please, you are muted. Ghana is a comedy channel. Mr. Kuban asaba. For 45 minutes in Kwasia. Some say, oh, Mr. Kuban, please unmute yourself. Mr. Kuban, when you Mr. 4 hours from 8 a.m. to 12 in the afternoon. No, sorry, we are Samson's take. Viewers, as you can see, is it the Supreme Court or is the justice system? What I can say as Samson's take is that Ghana Judiciary has been on the fringes for a long time. And what I can say, near to Adea, Wakofa article, what you go be person or give you hair. Me a baby Agyapadeer. Me a my bre. Yeah, you Jimmy brutal. Too much. It
will be for 30 children, exaggerated. Some of you minister. Okay. Okay, so where do we go?
Farban fly, Farban voile. What you say? We need to buy a ninja. Farban fly, Farban fly. And a German for a better now quality buru which you know. I so into German casa. Or sim family is Farban fly, Farban baile. Or by say we need to buy a ninja. And an pause in the tube. And I was in ninja. No, inti farmers fly, farmers land. Into 10 year pa 1 month. You know German casa T.
Farban Heumann. Farban frei, Farban Heumann. Farban frei, Farban Heumann.
Salmon fly, salmon holbe. Yes, sir. We need to buy a ninja and an aquatic kind to porty. Family foreman side, foreman very bad. Just say we need to mua. Yendinja, omutumi sabuchiano, sabeno, or German mu. Flammy foreman by, foreman very there. And also just say, Abua only dia, Yamina prano, na pon him so only dia, but Yamina prano. Into the no boy on your porno just you. Farmer right, foreman very bad. I we need to buy Yendinja, a poor I don't know the lady, and you know some priest has spoken to you. A priest, Catholic priest. Oh, they wouldn't me on. Poor man's eye, yes, yeah, poor side of poor man's eye, poor man's life, yeah. We need to my ninja, I in French Casadano, a German Casadano. Suddenly, poor man fly, poor man's eye, yeah. Mama Refi, I'm on Kai Morris, 1, 2.
frei, Fahrbahn räumen. So, Beeilung, Fahrbahn frei, Fahrbahn räumen. Fahrbahn räumen.
Son no on say Bruno or a German Santini. Son no Stallman fly or my lawyer. Just say son at here. We need to more in ninja. We just Paul with Jimmy. Then it you know the jamo. Son no Stallman fly. Stallman fly. Yeah. Won't you see? I Sakwaro Pono. Hey, by your body, dear. You people should remind him every time. God about your body. Paul, as someone can say hello. Dear Bona, your body. Paul over, make a video. Paul, I don't want to say. As some niggas say, I children, so yeah, and you normal, and normal money for a dear like bottle and a money phone, and yet, so no, didn't go for you, and normal. Now, and yet, I did I actually do a dear mamma bought to the solo, I don't know him, so come I'm not good than you. So I'm a kind of you say, a diano on than you, oh, nim the on yet, Paul, problem. I'll be right back. I need to take it. I need to pick the score. Oh.
Ghana, a peaceful country and a beacon of democracy in its fourth republic, has had violent free elections and transitioned power peacefully without any unrest or civil strife. This has become effortlessly possible because of the peace-loving leaders Ghanaians have successfully elected to lead them. President Kufuor in 2007 perfectly described the attributes of the type of person to lead Ghanaians at all times.
So anybody who is always full of tension and fighting and that sort of thing, we have to be careful about. Whether when the power is given to this person to lead us, he's the type with the experience and with all due respect, the wisdom to be able to keep the country united, to secure the nation, to gain the respect of the forces, the military, the police, the chiefs. Look out for that, because we know the history. Some people have been given power only to lose it just like that. We don't want that.
Even so, this peaceful and beautiful country was handed to Nana Akufo-Addo on the 7th January 2017 as president to lead for 4 years. Many people had reservations about his violent nature, which may have been well hidden from the public, but not from those who knew him best. Mr. Kofi Kumsen, a close friend of President Nana Addo, bluntly stated,
I can't entrust Ghana into the hands of Nana Akufo-Addo. I can't.
Okay, moment to show this. I had to take this call. It's very, very important. Someone line here. Moment to show. And their holiday will be a relaxing. It will be a young baby. Be Agyapadeer very, very soon. Mushia Paula. Mumbom paya mano. Ni abodi dua. Paul, ya boni dua. Obewu. Ono enye china ya chine ne ha no. Ana Paul no ankasa no obi maame ne yere kro ne omada. Paul sa de ne ha no. Ne problem nyina se maame na boni dua. Maame ne se ne nan se kokohwedi o namba nchi ase. Eno kro po de se da ha no. Maame na bo Paul dua wo. Or the abosu me 9 and abo Paul dua. Paul problem no. Say say an maame no wa bo formation bi a Paul sa formation no Paul hu so because o se one. Say o de me bana da eduabo de benya wo. And if it's in the so sa ne akora da eduabo enti maame na bo 442 ha no abo 442 ha. Paul hu defense a on bon facial formation no. Enti maame no tactically no wa bo Paul abo de we chi abo de wenim. Enti Paul hu de onye. Esi a Paul otiga no hold me for match no. Ono so ntumi nka so on fa match ne da. Enti esi a Paul hu de onye no ho. Because maame dey say on fa match ne da wa bodua. Ene e one e da ho. And o say so why wajire so be sa fa match ne bi ma bodua. Enti present future no maame no bodua tactical. A tactical display of diabo. Because uni diabo a obebo no raw. Maame na bodua back and front. In time Paul can finfi and then the problem with him so be Paul be oh Paul be I didn't hear him so Paul be Paul be hwɛ sɔfo na Paul kɔrɔ papa no sɔfo Roman sɔfo no empire no kɔgye Paul bewu I some guys Kevin the can de yen nyina ntia ma me no bondua ma me no bondua present and future tense participle na wa body bi or see so when me banana da ma bondua and the whole three e be no akɔdane ansa na be dane dua boss unhia nipa no bondua no ho Paul tumi nkɔfa ma me no enko kurom ho nko dane dua no ntia no obewu one and was abo podua say sir odin the be ma tentene ne ba e beda bia ma was abondua ntia say machine da ho Paul tumi nka Mamma no hard rough. Wa bot mamunim dia bodo sa dia bodia o ya bodo tactical 442. Wa bodia ma Paul ho ba ro hu dia onye yesi ano. Match is my father ende be di nkewu. Yesi a mesakofobia mesa wu tu. Paul hu dia onye Paul bewu. Ade ne dia Jack. Mo menye show no na. Pu enche nansi ebete. Ai we die Lotto forecaster ba ko o Ghana waka nchini egu. Paul Adamo chire de bia nyina nim no Metro TV no oda ya wansore ejebo je na nya bedru Paul koda ya tim budin de na esia ma me bia wo Germany ene wo board back and front Paul antene ho ase obebre no ho ase be pa cho no amepa cho e manananom wato mo awansie do na eye de e Paul busua panyini Mr. Kwatin amani ampon one na betena dwom e wo eye insuta eye Paul de obi anim si bi ote e wo TV so sesia eduabo na nyani Doctor for say omo papa no na yehu de beye eya brochirefo yiye efri Germany for bebe eya UK for any France for bebe Paladmo che na yire ene ne mma we de due ni amani hunu yedi hu ye hu hwe enye eya peace 104.3 FM na utie ye de eye kasebo no ye de esi ha eye sports for also ede betwa so nti we de yakọ Paul Ademochi odaya wan sorry boso wie ya yedama say Peace FM almost ba eni anu nyame hira obia nde Peace 104 kwasiasem omotetam ho o saki jimi omo ho na de ache nipa na Peace yede no so te choba ene nkora party ase wacheche aso gigi sika ojeje koleba ewo eyede eye Kazakhstan na wacheche shiny bi ni atwetwere de nsa wache shoe half shoe bi no nam adaya kwam despite wato Bugatti odwintwi me busan said Bugatti no receipt ye saying because ono nkwana de bia ba Ghana ye pese ye hu ne bo se ne be ya yeso ba ye gibio ta airport wa ye hu de betua ebesi nde kwam despite pese obekere de Bugatti de otua airport kwame aya sande me kakana me so me bre nipa nje o Kwame despite nkwa na ato Bugatti aba Ghana yebusa so receipt wan se ne be ye so koto bia nka se ebuye ye pese ye hu de otua airport se ne be ye so koto ba na nkofo no gu port na kromfo no mu wiaye fa receipt be kire be si ne enti ade no kan na so aka se ti obi meso minka san ti obi ha Kwame Bugatti ada me ba Ghana no na meti me ada sometime nkofo ka se Kevin de nkofo tano Kwame odome Kwame nie I Kwame that's right open master of just open korankora party and then na dey be no problem I but a small gentle ni be your partner Kwame na mase I know agent shirt vi atechire de bawe opeja ne nsakura beti na Kwame osoche anaju 8 soche esa she deck Kwame no what why ding and the offer na bema and so go kura we we disturb the Paul Ghana kuro ni all right into Paul bewu and the moment to us ne enye Agyapadeer Paul bewu and the mean to me and the it does not matter how you dress but Paul bewu and the I feel bad anyam me cause you ma me na bodidua Paul bewu in the say we share also Paul bewu we share we dey call the players Paul you die and it's just as the woman say you die ya bold you back and forth ma me ne bo 442 bia formation na ma me ne bo no asem ma ya tidua atidua wo TV so bebira antena ma mefe ya hudua na dua na ma me ne bo no wa bono past tense and wa bono present continuous enti edua bia onye hard out me e maneuver and Paul edru baby a ha no edua bo ne ha ne chance ne yire ache no se ne yire de kasa oh ne we si esi ni ade fam bo ne cheme but edua bo ne ewuo ne de unti woni wan na go discuss esi a wan na ne ko negotiate sika uwia no port onyina o de negotiate wan na insuo ne nje Paul bewu Paul ni pasu nje o Paul wo so de beta Paul bewu I mama yenye show no Paul die And it is not me mam ko jemi kasem se Paul me se Paul be wu pe ma amini dua bono Paul be wu ma amini video no kamera fi Messiah get me ma amini dua na me bodua bono kakrevi ne nko ne enye eye Agyapadeer no because Messiah you didn't get the diabo. Messiah, do you have the diabo? I want people to listen because dua no Andre china me to na be sim jims and I'm so and I'm sham sim me tie ma amini dua na na Paul be wu Paul be wu Paul obewu the yam chishiro ntumi na otwala just ye rade bi bewu I say medi no e de mewu na nam on kind of crab na TV so oh it was just a lady these white people sometimes what they are saying you don't understand so when I saw the lady she said she can accompany me so she made some nanny to take care of her kids so when we went there and my friends who invited hey Paul trying to fucking and my friends who invited me white people sometimes they will say some things and you don't so the lady understands German that is why and so the lady is a family friend I don't so the peg you saw she was leaving and in Europe they do it all the time giving peg and that is all and this guy with all due respect is sitting there and saying all of this. He's a certificate guy who married to go to America sign up Paul so Paul bewu and Paul bewu Masa yen yo show you Japon me yapa Paul bewu me kai wo de bia wo bewu o de tena hoya guy and that no happen so for bia bompa so for jantre ni na bompa wo bewu Paul bewu I feel way your August Eduaboso mante ye adwuma pa ya October ai say that time na abosom akọ meeting say abosom ko conference ewo Uzbekistan into around October 10th and omo nyina ba into say abosom ni ho omo ya abosom conference wo de Uzbekistan into by 10th no maba into between 10th and 14th there omo sa so ya buniska ai abosom no convention now somebody played private jet there abosom convention for mo private jet there they on tested and say MP before say omo ye kwan abosom bi etukwan nti omo ntuma anya kwan abosom tukwan nti abosom na ma amene de bodu omo tukwan omo ko Uzbekistan conference abosom conference 2024 omo ye Olympics nyina o nti by October 1st no maba nti from October 1st out 2 weeks no me do the omuniska because private jet near there they omo chire omo into omo do there na the double table so be omo clear because I know backlog kakra they say Paul the number 13 omo so they be able taking care of issues every single day they are taking care of issues into omo do by the 13th day of October there Paul be ubewu o that na oya gaga na be gina TV so and you know now to kwase ubewu maame no wabo enim abowechi wabo wenim na wafrɛ Paul wabo wechi wabo wenim na wabo wechi maame no wabo dua wenim na wabo no wechi ubewu all right let's move on yen but before we go no before I move on
Fahrbahn frei, Fahrbahn räumen. Fahrbahn frei, Fahrbahn räumen.
Okay, so where do we go?
Where do you go? You are going to die. You are saying where do you go? But I didn't want to show this, but I feel say Paul Paul go die. Paul ubewu ma mena bodua bra once na be patch October 13 to hot there and the hono sabon na samba Paul bewu ma mena bodua na me pese but me team say me fan kire ubewu you are sitting there doing too no I am there I don't care you will die you have young kids you need to take action eduana ma me no ball no oye na ma me ni di agro oso ni yam e no bodua ni yam nso no ha no ni yam tete no oba wanyam akora bosome nkro wayi ni yam abodua obewu internet down no poster no samba lai samba roin hai we need to buy a ninja obewu ude tuno men frame nkasa we Kevin ye hu se na bia behu ma amene na kasa okukuom na ma amene dane dua no abro bia ante dia ho ye tuno abosom no congress ombeba October 1st de tena ho ya hu tu no na me de eduabo nyame ma Roman sofo bi ono ne jantre ni okosasa ne jantre ni kakra no wine wa ase no e ka kire se bibia nsi nyame ago wakosa nsuo be begu so ubewu Paul you die hey Paul ye kasa kire wa wonte utwatro Paul can lie. Oh, this lady. Oh, and then when I went to Germany, the 2 white men you saw, they are the guys who invited you. Hey, the 2 white boys. Baby na who catch us invite you. Paul, you Paul. The curse will work because now me try last me tell them so. I'm from na me nenen kasa say oh nipa de. But me tell them be atrona we try. I'm so no. You're a bad man. You're a terrible liar. Say I had a lady and she left her nanny and she came and you know Germany when people are leaving and hey Paul Paul die. One day on TV so yeah and they could follow and I read wasn't go for a PO. Paul you would die. All right, mommy anya Agyapadeer book no Paul would die. Asem hame. Samba lie. Yeah, you die Paul. You die. All right, let's take our business. Saban free, Saban white, Saban white. Eno bi achro. Saban free, Saban white, Saban white. So to Germany. We need to mo ayendin yaw. Now let's take care of a issue nankasa. It's got to do with Agyapadeer. And obi a ofie and the holiday. 10:35 in Ghana. Ejinem. Obi biom supermarket, filling stations, chop bar, restaurants, sorry democrats of TSA, businessmen or music cash, or minina feel be relax it, omo chimot, omo you mission go for them, dominatum, so shake Kevin Taylor. I saw for Omobojantra or down, hotels, say be a mebo muding, politicians are conform with Sika and Jomu Munye, a Kevin Thomas, almost maybe a code, omunity. A Ghana dear, mammy, sorry, mammy, so for 4 penny 4 acrom 4, just omunina, I him for mon can cre. I him for mo fan quara, omunina to tell Obia di. Everybody's watching. Cause Kevin Taylor ba asempano etia. I inti enyase bia meta Obia yawedu kura enyumbre yawedu onaye yaw na se dey go
so me pe dance ne ade di me na me win the whole Eastern Region dancing and dressing competition and afen so no na me yabofra no so masem den because of say komfuba me no we to 10 me atomi so baako me tibi di bi kontom ne fro parabasalt me tibi so ayeti ni ade when so she se mu ko a ewinsa ni ade ma pe ni ayinyina enu job be say 4 packets a day change smoker je say me twa ni tia no
je say ya we twa ni tia mam no won ko anya gidigidi we twa ni tia so ko kan de o ye kan ho de na sanka bu we twa ni tia palabasalt ni ade all right now look at this. This is Agyapadeer book, a very dangerous book. Now over the weekend, you know, and I ended today. Ekufuado Kasai for Founders Day. MPP for Ankasaba. Oma form hajuni se omo pese omo dane Ghana de. Ghana eye ye history. Now ende me be chewa de Koreantia eye Agyapadeer book no. Na na do danko Ekufuado statement o make here no. Any statement napo e make here no. Any say a surprise will be because dia Bronika say it has been enshrined. Eyadia sebio ya de nwene omo ewo omo tirim eka omo su ho eyadia eda omo tirim a se since say yete party na obi o join party bia sa na eka to omo tirim enti eyadia omo gidi se omo mpese omo beji atum se Kwame Nkrumah na the founder of Ghana na saa de na eda omo tirim no eyeda omo tirim se omo begu Kwame Nkrumah animu ase na sebio omo respect ye de Ghana fa ahodie 1957 Kwame Nkrumah ejira simpie ni eka se ende Ghana de ne ho no omo de omo so omo njintum enye Kwame Nkrumah na sebio e wo se Ghana 40 ase se yentumi ma Kwame Nkrumah nko adin na omo so omo papa nom ne omo nananom a na omo hya ase a omo twitwa Kwame Nkrumah na ase no yembo omo so din enti ende no omo be twist ya na se omo be dane sebio ya bakosem ema na be favor omo nananom omo papa nom akromfo a na omo gin se omo betuma tafri broni to ama Ghana sebio yenso yakota tafri broni to. Now and one of the senior members of the NPP spoke and the din ede Professor Mike Okwe, ono eye former Speaker of Parliament, NPP no, nenkwara brim, oye nkrani, and or join here. Now, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo akasa, Emma, so many people are pissed off because they believe that the president is not intelligent enough. The president is not being honest. The president is twisting our history. In fact, the former president, John Dramani Mahama, has spoken, say, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo deliberately wants to twist Ghana's history and that every Ghanaian or Junior Ghana Hubiano should, at the end of the day, speak against such an act. Now, Michael Kwe onya kora wenyini ono so encho bewu. Now, yeah, expect say in penifua sebio Kwame Nkrumah eba Ghana. Eye CPP mre, eye in penifua almost started chechire Ghana na papa we onya kora na ohobi. Enti at his age, you expect to say he will be honest enough, even though some pe Kwame Nkrumah kora sem na ebia party kora na aman sebio na adwene no odwene NCC sukra, he will give some respect to at least the history that he is about to leave behind. But you see, because the people in this party are here, the MPP, they are basically people who are diabolic and don't care what they leave behind. The NPP, part to a friend MPP, in penifo mu di enimu. And the last time I was telling you, they insisted seba omianko ya santini. The idea in said the party in Penifono don't care about what the party will do for Ghana. It is always about what the party will achieve as a political party at the detriment of Ghanaians. Every day, omo party ni priority so party ni beye ye na omai ni begua. They are happy, and it is something that has run through the NPP's tradition. Into check it. Time Akufo-Addo nananom all the way to Ayedien, Omombeti LNM, Omombeti Northern People's Party, Ebabedru MPP, Omo change Omo din Kales, Abedru Hana. You could see say something called lies, any unpatriotism. It is a debia a party no. Now Michael Kwe, our former Speaker of Parliament, when Yini and Mr. P, get me Michael Kwe's age and get me the year he was born. And when I'm going to say Oye Penyini, but Oye Penyini Bonnie. His grandson was my mate at Presec, Yomu. And I feel bad to say this, but this your grandfather or uncle is a bad example for Impenifor more Ghana. At his age, what is he waiting for? Wait, on to me bodogi, on to me riakoko half, on to me reading apofe. So what at all does he want? He does not care about the nation. He only cares about what the party will gain. That is why statements like these comes from people to say, former Speaker of Parliament, you ask yourself, this is what he said. Ghanaians owe their human rights protection to NPP, not Nkrumah. Or say, and there, kebi mamin kebi, fa no, Ghana for Ghana, or say a kwenko to the enemy ko bompire. Yam bompire ma NPP, nemo menya Kwame Nkrumah, and ende, wamienya fa ahudie. The question everyone will ask and say, how does this man understand human rights? And somebody who is a former Speaker of Parliament. Now, and the young people like us are asking him how he understands human rights. But when you read a story, he made a point. Now, let's go back and read a story quickly. Now, Obinkasi Yakasem Ashe Eye Papa Weano. Tim. Mr. P. He is older than Ghana. Michael Aaron Okwe was born 4th April 1944. Me catch them say wemo. A dangerous old man. He was born 4th April 1944. The bond of 1844. Yes, signing we are 10 years when you won. After we did 80 years. Bronya nkwa 80 was as we so. Akaseng. Do you think this guy cares about you? Wow, what a tolong. Wow, what a navrongu. Wow, what a boko. He does not care. All that he cares about is that this MPP that is stealing will give him money to give to his grandchildren to come to America. Will give him money to take care of his hernia. He does not care about what you sitting in Boko, you at Edie, you at Tamale. He does not care about you. People at Tumu, your road. He does not care about what the young Ghanaian at this point want. He does not care. All that he cares about is to defend a criminal entity like the NPP. Because when the issue of corruption came up against this government, this man was mute like a chicken, all because he does not want to rebuke his party that is involved in criminality. All that he has to do the rest of his days is to defend nonsense. And these are some of the nonsense defended. Now, this old man who cannot give doggy. The definition, sorry. I'm doing this.
Ghana, a peaceful country and a beacon of democracy in its fourth republic, has had violent free elections and transitioned power peacefully without any unrest or civil strife. This has become effortlessly possible because of the peace-loving leaders Ghanaians have successfully elected to lead them. President Kufuor in 2007 perfectly described the attributes of the type of person to lead Ghanaians at all times.
So anybody who is always full of tension and fighting and that sort of thing, we have to be careful about. Whether when the power is given to this person to lose.
What now you tell me UK and I'm go for kind of crema my Kufuor. You papa Kufuor 50 cents. So yeah, papa Kufuor. Oh, go for my mind or go for kind of go for this all the Ghana or control. Now, this man, the point, no. So you ask yourself, where was he when we started speaking about all these things in Ghana about this NPP government? No. But when it comes to denigrating Nkrumah, when it comes to trying to let the young people think, say, Nkrumah is nobody, they quickly come out. He was born 1944. He signed the bond of 1844. 1 year, he does not care. Now, you know, at a menopause level, all that he cares about is that that is what he loves. He does not care. But then, let's take our time and look at this issue of Kwame Nkrumah. What Kwame Nkrumah went through before he got here. And now before he got Ghana to where Ghana is. Because when you take your time to analyze Kwame Nkrumah issue now, you will now have a clear understanding why Ekufuor Mochro Agyapadeer. Agyapadeer no Mochro no. Omunya inspiration from how na omo papanom try everything possible to eliminate Kwame Nkrumah. Senebeya from the 18th, 19th, the early 19th, they could implement what they always wanted to implement. When you look at the Agyapadeer book, it is not targeted at Yenino. It's a book that was basically in the heads of MPP. But what happened was that now I'm getting rid of Nkrumah's legacy. Get rid of whoever was in their way, and after that, offspring to say Ekufuor Mono will take over from them. And when you read the book very well, we want to say the implementation of the whole book, it is not just looking at Ekufuor's 8 years old. So the inspiration comes all the way back. It goes all the way back to JB Dankwa and what they wanted to do. Another set is on standby. That set, because Bawumia can never be president on one case any decisions, and now he will be independent enough to do things. The book they wrote from 2012, it is for this group. Now, it's a group way free swa. Because the reason why I'm manipulating elections no na Bawumia edi say na be ya betumi activate the second part of the book and say they have di echi a Ekufuor ne mano ene Gabi mo mano ene Foriata mo mano. They are on the sidelines side. They are waiting for this group of criminals to move. Now almost wa activate the Agyapadeer too. So they have an idea say sa book it should be effective for about 50 years. And it's going to come in sections. After Ekufuor, there's another group waiting. Almost they will take over from there. And it's now who say Ekufuor tam Edubu ahimba ne kwatena ho na okodi sika omo so omo yine firi ho no. There are people in the MPP omo hye de yi omo ma, and they are all in this group, and those people are the reserve players. At the end of Akufo-Addo's tenure, no, there is a book it will also come after Agyapadeer. So don't just see Agyapadeer 2025 now and no. Agyapadeer is a series of books. Because they want to take ownership of Ghana. And to take ownership of Ghana, you cannot use the Constitution of Ghana to govern Ghana. If you want to take ownership, something like your own property, the Constitution of Ghana was put together by we the people. You cannot use the Constitution of Ghana to take over Ghana. You can only take over Ghana when you have your own constitution, which is like a Japan. What they have shown you today, and that's somebody had shown, it is not the end of the story. And they are bent on killing more people 2024 to keep Bawumia, because Bawumia is just a proxy. He is just a smokescreen. Bawumia is just a Ponzi sitting there. He's a lapdog. Bawumia is not effective. They need Bawumia to sit there as the president. Then they can do us more damage. If you don't see the book, you need to see the book deep. Now, I'm sure there. These people, they have always, from day one, they have always hated the idea of democracy. They have always hated the idea of Kebi Mamin Kebi. They have always hated the idea of all of us sitting in the room and taking decisions together, at a point making a decision. And it's all the way back. JB Dankwa, Dr. Dankwa, when he contested Kwame Nkrumah, the campaign message was to Republican Constitution. Vote no to Republican Constitution. So it means from day one, they have always never wanted Ghana to have a constitution that was put together or is put together by the people. They have always wanted to have their own constitution to run Ghana the way they want. So I'm a former TSA. I'm building Senebey, I drew how Betiasia. So these people from day one, from Teteno, they had a plan. And that plan was they running Ghana the way they want. And not we Ghanaians running Ghana the way we want. That is why they had an issue with Kwame Nkrumah representing and bringing the people on board. Because remember, Kwame Nkrumah was the one yearning for all of us to come together to build. But they were yearning for theirs because they didn't like the idea of all of us sitting in the room to build. It is all the way back around 1960 when they had the first elections. You can see clearly how you vote. Omwankasa, almost our founding father, JB Dankwa to Den Dankwa to Dr. Dankwa. This was his poster. Also, vote Dr. Dankwa and vote no to Republican Constitution. In the 1960 elections, now two things on the ballot: referendum for a constitution, and then to vote for a president. This is what his poster was, and this is what Akufo-Addo them they believe in. They have always hated anything called democracy. They have always been those people it is all about being in charge, forcing people to do what they want. Now, when you go back, I want to take you back a little bit for you to understand this. Kwame Nkrumah, I'll show you some details. The fight for independence, Kwame Nkrumah, arrest and imprisonment. The British colonial authorities viewed Nkrumah's action as a threat to their control over the Gold Coast. Consequently, in 1950, Nkrumah was arrested for his political activities during the state of emergency declared by the colonial government. He faced trial and was subsequently sentenced to 1-year term in prison. So you could see, 1950, they arrested Nkrumah. What was Nkrumah doing? All that what Nkrumah was doing was what we are doing today. What you see in Koto do. What you see Freeman do, what you see John Mahama do, what you see J.J. Rollins did, what you see what every democratic person, every person who believes in democracy does. And what is it? Telling their fellow Ghanaians that it's about time we all came together as a people to make decisions to favor us. So Nkrumah was basically out there And what he was doing was that he was sensitizing the people. He was opening the minds of the people that we cannot live in this hole. We need to open our horizon and at least make sure everybody comes on board for us to build our nation. But you see, those people who were controlling Ghana, they did not like it because at the end of the day, so they imprisoned Nkrumah. See, I'm building it to that point. You will understand what I'm talking about. Mrs. So, sorry. So, in 1950, this is what happened. In 1950, okay. In 1950, Nkrumah initiated a campaign known as Positive Action. And then they landed Nkrumah in jail. He started a campaign known as Positive Action. This campaign aimed to mobilize Ghanaians to demand self-government and full independence. In 1950, Nkrumah ba out said, we need we need positive action. And the idea was that Ghana has enough resource. Ghana for bibre esuade. Ghana for bibre ehusibia abrofo chichire oman. Ghana for yedun pempenso bia yeso your PhD holders. Your doctors, your people who have also read wide. We can manage our economy. We can manage our country from now. So in 1950, Nkrumah said, no, we need what we call positive action. We all should come together and fight to reclaim our country back. Na yeni Ghana no. In the 50, Nkrumah started here. So positive action was all about Ghana. Yeni ankasa yenji yamain. Na yenrane yamain. And your friend self-governance and full independence. Na Nkrumah say yenji Ghana free abrofunsem. Now, when you move forward, he says this: through protests, strikes, and civil disobedience, Nkrumah and his supporters challenged British authority and pushed for change. So people were being suppressed. The white man, na bronin in Tiasie, na English if one say no, Argentina, this young man, wabeti be a positive actioner or person Ghana mbebunu Tiasie se omwankasa betuma chichire Ghana no. Ghana nkasa so betuma independent. Onwa betuma twa edien, onwa ni nua, onwa betuma twa ni koko, onwa so betuma ton enya ho sika de achichire ne man. Argentina Nkrumah pese Ghana ni na adwene mu bie. Argentina Nkrumah pese Ghana ni no na adwene mu bie. Enti na abrofo no empe. Argentina na abrofo no empe. If you say na abrofo no enya mfaso, they were getting a lot. They were making a lot from Ghana. They were getting gold, they were getting diamond, they were getting manganese, they were getting timber, they were getting a lot. So if one young man comes up to say, stop abrofono, let us cut this off and start doing it ourselves. We are Brodina, you get worried. So these people started having issues with Kwame Nkrumah. Tie, you don't need a PhD holder to tell you these things. Now, what happened? What happened was that Nkrumah was arrested, as I told you. Now, you really see, what went on. Despite his imprisonment, Nkrumah's influence continued to grow. His party, the Convention People's Party, CPP, gained significant support. Inti achi Nkrumah ko tu muna sebio amanfoka say ewu say achi Nkrumah, the leader, the person who started the positive action to enlighten Ghanaians, to open the horizon of Ghanaians, to make Ghanaians aware that we can do our own things. Nkrumah yachi after he became very popular. Amanfoka say abrantie na oma ye hu say Ghana sa ye kokoo no yakoton abrochiri say na abrofo nya. Abrantie na eme tia say you go there wa abrofo tu no say ye nyanka say na ye giton a ebema Ghana gina ne na so. Abrantie we na eme tia say kebi ma menka bi hia. Abrantie we na eme tia say we can say we are Ghanaians without asking the white man for permission. Adenti na ma chine de na shem. So Nkrumah became popular. Into Osha prison in Yinano, he was popular. People were asking about him. Nkrumah mu yi no na yehu se or chere bibi. Inti yade Nkrumah ko share mu na Ghana for say no. This guy is actually the person who was opening our minds. Now, in the 1951 general elections, the CPP won by a landslide, demonstrating the widespread backing for Nkrumah's vision of independence. It's Nkrumah she jail no, elections 1951 and Nkrumah win ye. There na man Nkrumah win elections no. Nkrumah da prison. What to make somebody vote for Nkrumah? And then Bama Ghana for Akosa line, I can say, we still want this guy in prison. There's only one thing. The one thing they say, they have seen is say, what Nkrumah knows, no? Some man the opportunity to lead Ghana as a nation, no? Yensu yebetuma be said ye be self-independent. Ombe say Ghana so ebetumi ayekura ode no ho. The people, so I say the people, like Ghana foresaw something in Nkrumah. There were so many people who had been educated like Nkrumah. There were so many people also called to some Nkrumah school. There were so many people who were at the level of Nkrumah. But Ghana folk who say Nkrumah had some qualities and intelligence. It is basically beyond every person on Nkrumah see so. So they felt to say this is the leader they wanted. Because Nkrumah and yet somebody who had all these qualities. Ghana for who be they should have chosen somebody who was out there. Also equally, he's smart like Nkrumah. He can be a leader like Nkrumah. But in Nkrumah prison, people said we need a leader. There's a difference between leadership and a leader. And it's about America. You're George Washington. You're Abraham Lincoln. But remember, George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. But when it comes to America, when it comes to Washington, D.C., they don't play with Washington. They don't play with Lincoln. They don't play with a few of them because they did unique things, even though they worked with other people. It is important to recognize Nkrumah as a leader. Inti Osha prison, Ghana for Ninati as yes way. Any day, yard boat ni ding afreno. Yesu Christo ba no ni part 12 in nam. And so now Yesu nipa openasem. It shows say nipa mu bebi and yawon kofobi omo some qualities are ebinibi. So Nkrumah won the elections from prison. Now, as a result, he was released from prison on the 12th of February 12, 1951, and his political journey accelerated. Until from 1951, Owini elections were prison now a piano. A hot and Nkrumah enemies who say, this young man, this John Mahama, this guy, we will stop him. Because there were some people in the system now we expect to say Ghana for were supposed to accept them. There were some people in the system they felt to say they were entitled to the leadership in Nkrumah Ghana for the man. So they felt to say Nkrumah beji omunimunyam, and they will find every possible means to eliminate Nkrumah. Nkrumah from the 12th of February 1951, and the enemies ni build more. That was the beginning of the struggle of Kwame Nkrumah, because then the who say Kwame Nkrumah is a leader. They see him as a founder of an ideology, of a nation. How can we stop the people from thinking that way? Because when the people start to think that way, the only thing you can do to stop the people from thinking that way is to make sure that person is eliminated. Even that is not easy, because Nkrumah never dies. You and I, Yamesha Nkrumah, but we still believe in Nkrumah because of the works. But those people were rough. Those people thought to say, at that moment, when Nkrumah eliminating the memories and for about Nkrumah, it was going to disappear. And at the end of the day, the people will rely on them, not on the leaders. So 1951, and Nkrumah's struggle starts here. Now, there's a reason why I asked Anyuma, because we want the young people to understand. Now, so called the last part, Prime Minister and beyond. Elected to Parliament, Nkrumah became the leader of government business, and in 1952, the Prime Minister of the Gold Coast. Inti, obey Owini elections, or call parliament, he became the leader of government business. And in 1952, the Prime Minister of Gold Coast. Remember, that time, na yendru Ghana. Yedan ho 1952. Akabes 5 years more, and then you do 1957. Indeed, right now, Nkrumah is the head of government business in parliament. Technically, Ono NNA Prime Minister. Ojin say, Omo Amune Nkrumah see swa, na Omo time Nkrumah no, they were happy about this. No. The people were excited because they voted for Nkrumah. They saw the leadership qualities. They saw what Nkrumah was. They saw the qualities in him. They realized our ideas be nipa bebre akosua adia abrochira ba omuni bi. So the people gave Nkrumah that opportunity to lead. Now, his leadership paved the way for Ghana's independence, which was achieved on 6th March 1957. So 1952 to 1957, Nkrumah did everything possible to make sure, said the white man, Nkrumah was the prime minister then, he was the leader of government business. It means every correspondence, Nkrumah was leading it. Nkrumah was making sure that Abrofono will understand why we as a people can manage our own country. Nkrumah took that lead as a leader, as the prime minister, as the head of government business in parliament, to make Abrofono understand, say, my people now are ready. And they cannot all walk to the UK to tell the Queen. They have chosen me as the leader to let you understand. And until you people understand, that the people are not willing to be slaves, to work for you again. Kwame Nkrumah, let me tell you something. Yenya leaders will be Ghana. They do not have the courage and Kwame Nkrumah. They did not have the charisma and Kwame Nkrumah. At that moment in 1950 to 1957, we could have chosen a leader, but ABNS Andipano only that charisma, that leadership qualities, that ideas and Nkrumah and still yebedane Abrofono kwa. You need somebody with unique intelligence, somebody with that courage, somebody who can basically force his way through for his people, somebody who can make intellectual analysis of issues to make the oppressor understand that if you refuse this our offer, you might not end up well. Nkrumah tactically made the white man understand it is better you hand over this country to us or you lose everything. Abrofono Jimmy, they know when their power, or they know where their power ends. They know when the people are becoming wise. They lived with Ghanaians for a long time. They lived with us for years and years. They studied us, the way we live, the way we talk, the way we were changing as a people, how things were changing. They realized that Nkrumah has brought a new kind of intelligence into our political settings. They realized Ghanaians were yearning for more. They realized the people were ready. And they gave Nkrumah that credit because Omoni Atna and we say Jimmy. But Kwame Nkrumah ba picture anymore. Now Ghanaians are asking questions, and they were not just questions; they were questions that they were waiting for reasonable answers. So the white man realized, say, the time is here. Their leader has proven. Kwame Nkrumah no actually say he can be these people their leader. Say nka kwasi ampanyi bia na be prime minister anka queen nko mfi no. I'm telling you, unima brofo nchen me. Minim broni chen. Me say Sanka 1950, 1951, kwasi ampenyi bia na yi ni bedi Ghana anima, say prime minister, the Queen of England come fin that. But for a white person or the Queen of England to say, you know what, I want these people to take their country, not onim the leader on what he can do. And you fear, but onim the intelligence what's our quality, onim what Kwame Nkrumah can do to forcefully take Ghana from her. And she didn't want to lose Ghana totally. She wanted to leave Ghana peacefully. Send a bear, Ghana will still do business with them. Ghana will still see them as friends. The Queen knew, say, Anka wanya di Nkrumah pe, and what the people wanted. Onim said Ghanaians were going to break away, and it was going to be a horrible one. So, Bronin Jimmy, or analyzing the way things were going, and the Queen said, you know what? I think their leader has put something in their head say leader ni Kwasi Ampenyi, the people will not even understand what is going on. But Nkrumah to me prepare Ghana for how you could do point where yet said these people have to go. Now, Nkrumah continued to serve as Ghana's first prime minister and later became its first president after the country became a republic in 1960. Now, let's do something here. Into Mama I Sibia Nkrumah started Nyoma of Femu and how he ended where he ended. Now, Shadiwa. Mr. S, Mr. P, are we good? Now, see what happened here. In 1956, remember, 1951, technical 1952 to 1956, 57, now Nkrumah and a prime minister. Now, in 1956, all the way at Ebabesi, in 1956, a year, the UP, Tamana and Nkrumah Aya Sanyubo in trying to get Ghana together. No, they were doing things. They were writing to the British, led by Ekufuado Nana. And it's Sebio, a year Omo no Mokahon, a year Bafuakoto, NLM4. They were doing things behind the scenes. Time na Queen no steady Kwame Nkrumah o hu ti bia Kwame Nkrumah bia Ghana eni Emma Ghana for asking for independence no. The NPP for almost started UP NLM Bafo Akoto JB Dankwamo no. They were also busy writing to the Queen, going to the UK and telling the Queen some things. Sema manen grante Ghana independence. So when you go into the archives, as we ayada, oko the British Parliament, I'm be read the document to be and what was in the document? A general election was held in the Gold Coast on the 12th July and 17th July 1956. It was observed by 6 members of Parliament, drawn from both sides of the House of Commons. As a result of the election, Dr. Nkrumah's party, the Convention People's Party, was returned to power with only a slightly reduced majority. And it now holds 72 of the 104 seats in the Legislative Assembly. And it won 57% of the vote cast throughout the country. Inti British Wanankasa Parliament no and almost said the issue Ghana, the Omo observing. Inti they were telling us time of Kwame Nkrumah 51 peer-free prison by every election, things were happening. People were doing things behind the scenes. Now, so we read the document from the British Parliament. It goes on to say this, and most importantly, let's look at the second paragraph. And this is British Parliament. Almost said the reason why the Queen told Kwame Nkrumah that 1957 they can go ahead. This is 1956. What happened in British Parliament? And they were telling the world why the British, the Queen said Ghana independence, the time has come. Kwame Nkrumah has shown that 6th March 1957, they can go out there and declare independence. So we'll read this second paragraph now. British Parliament. The National Liberation Movement, TNA, Mami and Lajina, read with me. And Nintina Mekajo say Agyapadeer book, you don't see it as a small book. These people, they have never liked Nkrumah and they have never liked Ghana. Second paragraph. The National Liberation Movement, the Northern People's Party, and the Ashantiman Council. See, you see the NLM. And then one kofu from Northern People's Party. And your friend BB Ashantiman Council have recently sent formal resolutions to my right honorable friend, the Colonial Secretary, asking for a separate independence to be awarded to Ashanti and the Northern Territories, and for the appointment of a partition commission to divide up the assets and liabilities of the Gold Coast. In the British Parliament, they disclose here and say, time Kwame Nkrumah everything possible saying from 1956 all ni abrofo back and forth. HS said 1957 or calling for independence also Ghana Jina and now so no. Nipe bi FH in krata de bre queen through a parliament and secretary ni say omo pese Ghana no independence no mema ye mfa ma Ghana na emom say odebema Ghana kura one Asanteman Council any idea for National Liberation Movement UP4 any Northern People's Party no almost say Ghana na de say abrofo no be jema ma ye independence omo mfam omo de ma omo Internet Asanteman Councillor, the head of these groups. Remember, the Northern People's Party, it wasn't all the Northerners though. There were a few Northerners who were greedy. And NLM because at that time they wanted a coalition between the two CPP. Into NLM the same UP4 about together, but no many numbers So they went to the north and brought some small group added to them. And then went to some other small part and added some group to them and said, now they're a coalition. The idea of the coalition, they wanted to overthrow Nkrumah. What they did was they wrote a letter, but the letter was actually orchestrated from Asanteman Council and it just said from Minsia. Bafwa koto yini bottom sika £700 or no any Asante hine those times so no letter no say Queen oi say opese Ghana nya independence next year. And they also say Ghana no fire de maye. Na Ghana Agyapadeer nyina che na fire de maye. That is what this means. Cocoa no che. Gold no che. Bauxite no che. Tete Ghana nim na fire de maye. Na ya nchechire ya man na omo so mo pay independence Kwame Nkrumah di omo nim no omo nkoje omo independence. Into ba British Parliament they clearly said say eye bafo akoto the Asanteman Council that time no Asante hini ne di anim tie Asanteman Council obi a oya Asante hini bia o na head leader. And those people are the people who orchestrated and wrote that story, that letter to the Queen. Me chraw adikudientia napo etumi gina bedwom edidi Nkrumah atem. Me ankasa me wofa otumfo said to kura tra bedwom akasa Kwame Nkrumah mpa asantefo asem. And the records are there. Mr. You got to get me the video. I think it's in the system. Emma asante hine krampo ejina bedwom akase ya Kwame Nkrumah no mpa asantefo asem so Kwame Nkrumah be si konfo anoche. Kwame Nkrumah ebesi university ewa santimemu. And so otumfo said to tumi gina bedwom. Because time na Kwame Nkrumah ewo so a omusi so chechire Ghana na otumfo wodi be 1 year. Me kekwe be na otumfo nyini ye wo no. And so otumfo abenyini etimi ka kira santeman say Kwame Nkrumah mpa asante asem. Why the feed otumfo with that? E otumfo na nanom. Eye enkofo a otumfo ebenyini beto wo mu ofie. Ewo asanteman fie. Ewo de mensia. Omo no mo katu otumfo trim. So do you blame otumfo? No. It is what he was told. And it's out to say Napojina stage kase mo Kwame Nkrumah na you cannot blame him too much because that is what they have been told. That is what they have been trained with. That is what they have been made to believe. And from day one, no, the NPP, no, they have never wanted Ghana together. Asanteman Council, and you mean I make sure we a British Parliament. Mama Obiam Betana baby kase Kevin Taylor, kaseti Asanteman, chile wuni munyansa. I am reading a document from the British Council, British Parliament. Omo no mo try say Asanteman Council led by the Otumfo said to den. Omo no mo try letter ne bre Queen say Ghana na yebeji independence in 1957 no. Say independence or the Bama Ghana dia onche Ghana no mo fa omo dia mo mateme ho no e ho de free buy. Nobody hates anyone here. We are trying to let the young people understand the history. We are trying to let Ghanaians understand adikudientia Agyapadeer book we aba. Ideology. Danipa bitrim say Ghana na dey best say no. Now, when you read the whole thing, says friend Honorable friend, the colonial secretary, asking for separate independence to be awarded to Ashanti and Northern Territories and for the appointment of a partition commission to divide up the asset and liabilities of the Gold Coast. The bill, which we are discussing today, is in itself evidence of the intentions of Her Majesty's government to proceed with the grant of independence to the country as a whole. Or say bill ya make kind of parliament in day. Me pese bu nyina mo ti ase se. Sa nwoma wo ya san kwofo we chirobere queen no. Eno kura na ma queen ne bufu ya o ka se Ghana fo hia independence. Every say na onye na adwene se obecheche Ghana nim. It is all cool now we read document now. This is what it says. The newly legislative assembly was opened on 31st July and 3rd August. The government introduced their expected motions calling for independence within the Commonwealth. The opposition members had absented themselves from the debates and the motion was passed by 72 votes to none. In the time a queen granted Ghana independence, no. Kwame Nkrumah and make sure say right now the time we do. I was saying ye kotoa ba na ye hu de president. Remember, Sankofo we are no say Mema Queen and grant Ghana independence no. They turned around to contest Nkrumah. Tie because the ne do mutimu nyane say Nkrumah should never lead. Whatever they can do in their little reach, no, they will do it to stop Nkrumah. So even though they were opposing Ghana being given the independence, no, Mr. S, you are sending me too many documents now. Okay, I'll take care of this. Enti Kwame Nkrumah omuka as a queen. Mema nem pene ema yenya independence no. Queen Kasa, let her cry mature crash bebufu. I am going to allow Kwame Nkrumah to go ahead the following year, 1957, to declare independence. No, after declaring of independence, no, now we had to put together a constitution. I was say, yenya constitution, na yenya president. Messiah, do you want me to read all of this from the British Parliament? I can do that. All right, my team, they are telling me to read a document here. Na munyina munhwe the course of British Parliament. Sene beya obi nkajira baby say ya kan bi na ejebi. I thought my team I could just do this without reading all, but I'm gonna say I need to read every single thing. Inti mami ready the rest of the document, no, the Parliament, the ready o honi nyina. Sene beya obia ebete the ekonase. We don't want to leave anything out. Now, Mr. S. Jesus. All right, Mr. S, let me start from here. Then I'll go to take it from here. Here. Mr. S, you have a lot. You are loading me with too many things. Do you want me to read everything? Okay, so my team, they are saying we should read everything. Today is a holiday. Now, my men try and read the rest of the documents and our parliament. Now, at least, Ubia Enhu, the Omokain or parliament in summer Abrofone. But let's do that. All right, let's just do everything. Yeah, these my people, you have to spare me. The House. Now, there's a course of parliament. No, that's not it. And the Bejo. Okay. All right, so let's start from here. Now, Parliament in Tuasoni. Say no more kind of Parliament. The House will wish to know that a formal reply has now been sent to these resolutions in the following terms. Into Parliament, on say Sankratana NLM as Santiman Council. Northern People's Party, Echobre Queen say Queen and rejected Kwame Nkrumah and Ghana for then you offer say you per se you call full independence, no response Queen Edema yet sound call for the knee. Remember, Asanteman Council led by the Otumfuo or said to then the Otumfuo then any NLM any NLM abafo akotodi enim any Northeast People Party no what they were demanding for and say Queen the independence mema Ghana Agyapadeer nyina yenchem nefa half momo ena sebio ensase no yenchem nefa mo de momo na sebio Queen no ema omo so enti omo ho. Now the Queen decided to respond to resolutions. Now this is what Her Majesty, and it's in quotes, Nipana all kind of parliament, say ena all kind or see way every Queen nano or himano ano ena obekain your himaneka. And I quote, Her Majesty's government do not consider that the partition of the Gold Coast is in the interest of the Gold Coast as a whole or of any of its component parts, and cannot abandon their established policy which is directed towards the grant of independence to the Gold Coast as a whole. Almost say, or human catcher almost say, Ghana near friend Gold Coast no. The person catcher san call for no Asantman Council, NLM, Northern People's Party, Queen catcher almost say, Sa a crona your friend Ghana no enya dia obechichemu. Enya dia obejujem. Enya dia obabechichem ache Agyapadeer if you say Ghana for no empesa. The Queen told them something. The na Queen catcher say, Ade mo adwene mu no mo nya Ghana for ana. If you say Ghana for na minimu say omo Gold Coast for no, they will not be happy with this. Instead the Queen was speaking English to them. Na ohimane catcher say mo jimi. Moya Ghana for adenti na mafa echire be ka chese mwankasa mukuro mintwitwam mwankasa mukuro mimpepe mu na mimfa bi mamo na omo amaka ne de menjae momo Queen ka chom se munnim nyansa ekuro ne yamu nyina amodea ekuro no se mede mensaka na medwudwam michicham na meyibi mamo a Ghana for or see the people of Gold Coast wanka se some Ghanaians or say Ghana for the people, the Gold Coast people will not be happy. It's not on him or recognize Ghana as a unit. But omo mutual resolution no, omo this petition come Queen no, they didn't see Ghana as one state. They saw Ghana say, baby omo tino enka Ghana ho, ehwamo Asantman state, NLM, and a small Northern People's Party. Remember, yakase Asantman councillor, nipa odi enim ebesinde eye ohenia odi Asantman so. Enti de na oye Asante hene embre 1950 no na ono ene ye the leader of Asantman Council. Now, okay, echo enima. This is what it says. Her Majesty's government are now proceeding with the preparation of the necessary constitutional instrument, having regard to the circumstances of the Gold Coast and the efforts which were made to reach agreement locally. The grant of independence to the Gold Coast is an act of goodwill which Her Majesty's government trusts will be received by the people of the Gold Coast in a spirit of responsibility which will command or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So, Queen Nikachi almost say, Watana say, Wajene hon, Wajiatum, Wanen penny for Esunson, and we say, Safa Hudieno. Ghana for no, omo Ghana for no, Gold Coast for no. Omo ye ready say, was say ye de momo. Na ono ohima kese no, or the bemomo. If you say Ghana for, and na ojidi say, so the South and who did momo a, omo ne ingresi enya kasa kasa. Opese anyonko fa eda Ghana ene ingresi fomu no. Opese eden ejina. Every say onim say. Egudie ene edian nyoma bebra onya de chichiri ni kuro no efri Ghana onim se ose Ghana na nyoma eba di krom gold diamond di aka no ontumi ni Ghana nya business biom. It is always better to keep Ghana intact. Inti Queen Krabu so say na mumu ye Ghana for na mumu ni nyansa because ekuro na esi wo no se mu chicha yene yebetume di musu kopim se mu nyina mo nananom beba na se mo ka mu hu bom a yene mo an be business embom yentumi nhya mo so mo an na mo be decide de mpesa mo ye into Queen ka say ono de say Ghana any UK ebenya nyonkofa ometumi edidwa ometumi asa edidi omo nkomo no de Kwame Nkrumah ka no nyansa wo mu chen NLM The Kwame Nkrumah any Ghana for Kano, Nyansa wom echen Asanteman Council. The Kwame Nkrumah any Ghana for Kano, Nyansa wom chen Northern People's Party. Into Quenica say, Sanko for way the Omo Jimmy. Na Kwame Nkrumah achre se oye leader. Kwame Nkrumah achre se odwene Ghana ho into or the independence in Bema Ghana. Mr. S, let me go to the next page. You can kind of see your parliament in it is our view. All right. Now, this is the next one. You kind of course of parliament in Senebeya Ghana for be who the AC Yankasa. Baby a problem ni free adekudientia Ekufuado ne MPP mo omo ADD Kwame Nkrumah atem. Now, okay, document a free British Parliament by now. This what it says. It is our view that the partition of the Gold Coast will not be in the interest of the country as a whole, or indeed of any of the component part which during the past half century have grown steadily and strongly into a single nation. Almost say a chrono queen is a chrono chichema emboa. If you saw many Ghana for atna years upon years, almost say a chrono enyini, a chrono abeka bomu sebako. Into ono onjimi is obetiti chronum edi biama ni pebi. Na waka se ni pebi sumfebi. Into ono de nyansemuno Ghana abe nyini ema emu ni pe nyina abe baako. Into Ghana ne de ohuni se eye kro baako. Of course, honorable members will be aware that the different parts of the country are independent both politically and economically. Indeed, the North and the South are complementary to one another. To sever would be to cripple. So Bronica say to sever is to cripple. Or say yariba chikasama or say michuchema majiregano tie. Or say michuchema maseno se enam no se wonwi a yemfa ye nsanka yemfa ye se enam a wonwi yemfa ye senka o se enam a yenwi no yemfa ye sen enka enti queen ne se oyi sekan oyi tape oyi measurement na otwa kuro no kura piece eko bebi a wasai kuro no efri se oye sa na e de winter any confusion ebeba kuro ni mu obedwirega Ghana no every say omne Ghana for atena stadium na ekuro no efiti nkete anyini abedum pempensuo bi a Ghana na bede ne ho ama na beye kuro kese a ni pa baako indi say ono to severe the kuro de and say ode ne nsa beka de ene nka obema kuro ne gina enti kwanika say ono say obetwa kuro ni be bi di ama ni pebi aka say bebi so enko ni pebi ho no enya ade obeye na omo mo kiro sa akrata aba na omo gimi. Now, the partition of the country at this stage in its history, moreover, would not only inhibit further development and progress, but would mean a serious falling back in the standard of life which the country has done so much to achieve during the past few years. Or say, baby, Ghana abeduno. Baby, omotuma chichi kro na bedu no. Baby, Ghana for etumi akamu bom abedu no. Sa ono ohima no ode ne nsaka Ghana baby twama ni pebia. Ghana mpuntuo baby edu ni nyina abetwerega. Ghana ahokeka ene sebia Ghana aka omo abom abo adwuma atichiri kuro no ede akomapa aka obutira bom awonafo enkranfo fantefo kowfo enzemafo omo nyina aka obutira bom a ye Ghana fo nyina abehia atichiri Ghana bedu no se okobu Ghana baby se we dia monje na montem ho a ose obeka Ghana kuro no obedwiri gagum na ono ohima no onimunyansa onjimiye nti onye. Igoto, you have it for me. Now, uko enima Senate or Parliament. Ye judgem we British for Parliament in a troye. Say no musaka or Parliament war. Without wishing to go into more detail than I need, there are some points to which I must draw the attention of the House. First, there is a name Ghana. There is a name Ghana. This has been conferred on the new country in accordance with local wishes. It was the name of an ancient kingdom in what is now French territory south of Sahara, which has acquired great historic significance in the Gold Coast. Almost say, ansa na mo beto aso na also abrofo mo parliament anywhere in United States say Queen ni say edin ye born Ghana Ghana for no na de abre no say edin say o grant independence na o yin in free Ghana so eno no mo beto Ghana so. That is the name Kwame Nkrumah suggested. Na sa woko abakosemu a sa edin no sebio history bia na kingdom. Or see, it was the name of an ancient kingdom. Or see, na kuru bia titikro. Na sa kingdom no, it's a French territory now. But adikudienti Kwame Nkrumah suggested and say ewo abakosema kire say Ghana for baby free ba de ya fam ani baby ya bedru nipa ye gya omo ye nananom egya omo wonchiri omo keka sa abakosem nyina sisi ani bedru Ghana no omo hu se sa edin wei eno ni edin a ebetumi abo ye ho ban eno na ebetumi ama kire baby ye free eno na ebetumi akire sebio yenso yase into Queen say edin a the locals wish. So I can say the locals wish or person I can say edin a Ghana for money wine. And until we use the word be or how say word near then it is the local wishes. Or person say omo mujitum say Ghana yo omo dia omo ya Ghana for omo ka mutira bo ma be nipa ba ko akekere Ghana no we na da omo akoma so wana mo ne Ghana for infante for dagate for awona for e de krobo for eye de mosifo eye de enkranfo eye de bonofo eye ekuapemfo eye Ghanafo sadi we na omope enti ohimanika say sadi no e wabakosem bia Ghanafo ehu se eno na ebetumi akire se yene bebe efri nie eni bebe ya beduru nie enti sadi no na wage atum se Kwame Nkrumah ekoso afie di omonim ekopre independence no na ono ohima yi ni free Ghana so a Gold Coast so a edin a Kwame Nkrumah ede beto Ghana so no. Next to call for special mention is the first proviso to clause 1. This explains that the bill will not apply. And I quote, in relation to Togoland and the United Kingdom trusteeship until Her Majesty so provides by order in council, which shall be made as soon as practicable after provision has been made for the termination of the trusteeship agreement for the territory upon its union with an independent Gold Coast. Inti enuntina ayana Western Togoland for naba. Because the Queen had another contract, and I say another agreement with the Voltarians. They had a document. I say, omone British for no, ewo sebio understanding say omonangas omo di omo. And he say, I wanna for no, see the omobeka Ghana ho a, ewo say ohima no ema ho kwan esensan krata yi nkrata okwam eyi mra ne firi ho ansa na wonafo no sabio omagya tum se omoka Ghana ho ndi se nipa bi se plebiscite ene nkrata bi no se ya Ghana endi so a ema omagye yom se sabio omoso ewoso omde omo ho a omo point at the, because even the British Parliament no omo making it clear say awonafo no nkoa na omo krata ene British for no ewo understanding say omo die at that moment no that time no omo die omo ho enti yepe baby kura na nka oso Bible ntrebeka say ye ne yepe say yete ye ho a say nka eya awonafo ne call English for resolution call say ye ne awonafo yepe say yete ye ho a anka English hima beka say ane efri say on paper no awonafo ne de no omo ne British for no won krata e kire say omo no sebio omo die omo ho. But for some reason awonafo no basically, even though they didn't have a documentation with Kwame Nkrumah to sit and say yasin sign, they agreed to say Ghana bekoso na so mu nyina so benya ho den enya ho faso. They don't have a problem. All that Ghanaians we all have to recognize say ye nyina ye nipa baako. That is how they thought of Ghana, because at that point, so they saw it to say it wasn't necessary for them to even fight Kwame Nkrumah, say, what could independence? So Awunafono reasonably said, as far as even though on paper no queen agreement to say we are not going to really consider it. We are going to have this gentleman agreement with Ghana, say Akoma Panti, let us all live as one people. Let us ignore the lines Abrofona draw. No. Let us not actually look at the documentations to divide us, because ya worry yeah, Ghana for boom. So we should not let that document separate us. Into what the right to say Ghana for Ghana ho Ghana no metuma Ghana ho. But because they are reasonable, because they are not selfish as some people, because they are not stupid and greedy, because they are not people who don't want the progress of Ghana, they said, let us live as one people. And they could have forced for a capital in exchange for a agreement they have with the Queen, because they could have told the Queen, say, so we're granting for independence, sir. Only problem, Ghana nya independence. The only way I'm to Ghana here, say Ghana should bring the capital to Awunafono. That is the only way they will agree. But these people did not say anything. They said, we don't care. Yawari, Ghana for. And at the end of the day, Awunafono, at the end of the day, they have lived with us. They basically see themselves as Ghanaians. They have the right to call for independence. They have the right to say ekrono yenkamu. But they have cleaned those lines. Sa lines na ema nipebika say where Ghana ni where Ghana ni Awunafono, they have decided not to even look at the lines. But you see, anytime the NPP comes to power, election 2020, Kandapa aswani pani akobo Awunafono tuo. Ni akoka kire Ghana fo bi say Awunafono pese omu yeku no mbetu ekufu ado achichide we. Awunafono from day one, they have always loved Ghana. They have always been Ghanaians. They have always seen Ghana as one country. They have always seen the Volta region as part of Ghana. They have the right to contest it. But for years and years, they have not done it because they believe in people living in harmony and living together, especially yawari hua yabeye ebusia baako. But in kwasiafo bi de omo say yentwetwa kuro nim na yemfo momonwe se ne be ya omo be men na ye ne ayaka no yenkowu. That is why you see the NPP continuously disrespecting Nkrumah, and Adebia and Nkrumah here or Ghana, no, you see the NPP do what? Trying to run it down. Mr. S, should I keep going? That's without. All right, let's go to the next one. When you know British Parliament, and you mean I'm Troy. 2 years. All right. Now, this is what they said, British Parliament. When you're in 1956. So you see why the NPP never liked J.J. Rawlings. In some of Katu J.J. Rawlings from 1979, it was deliberate because no ya wuneni. And intina Sebio mini anoma kamfo dodo asantefo no, they made sure say J.J. Rawlings onya dimpa power Ghana da. Inti ubusan said Diana Rawlings so Rawlings bebo me maame uhu no da bi. Ya ka asem to nipa so because e da nipa bi trim say e was say awonafo ne de enisi e pene da momudi Ghana so. But awonafo no omo no mo pe Ghana ye. Omo no mo do nipa. Omo no mo pe se nyina etina bom anka Ghana no ko megu no. Because at that time, Kwame Nkrumah independence, so when I found it, Ghana be collapse. Oh, fine, Togo. Majority of our imports, they're not free our neighboring countries. Majority were coming from Togo. Can I found it, you people should slow down a little bit. A din your time, munjai. Now. So, okay, the second paragraph, and I read now found. Follow me. 2 years ago, Her Majesty's government informed the United Nations that after attainment of independence by the Gold Coast, this arrangement will no longer be constitutionally possible. And the United Nations accordingly agreed last year that a plebiscite should be held to ascertain the view of the inhabitants on the future status of the Trust Territory. This plebiscite, which was held under the United Nations auspices in May 1956, resulted in a clear majority vote in favor of the union of the territory with an independent Gold Coast. And in July of this year, the Trusteeship Council passed. So basically, even when you go to the UN, they have a case. When you go to the United Nations, have a case. But you know one funny thing? For all these years, they have never raised these issues. Why? Because they don't see that. I'm trying to find nice words. They don't see the importance. They don't see what they will get from this. Because when one person distracted Ghana, they have every right to say some person tiomon. And somewhere, sir, do you know how it's going to affect Ghana? For years, Sibia, you try to sideline them. You try to create an impression someone in Ghana for years. So when I on paper in the British Parliament, in their document, and have the right even today to say they are taking their land away. But these people are more reasonable. These people don't care about the invincible line Abrodina draw. They don't care about the documentations. They only want that respect. Because at this point, how are you going to know? Man can't just say because I'm Santiniba. So why should I tell Auneni say yanti a free Ghana? Me Fantiniba. Me wa minia odeti Auneni. Me wa Fantinia odeti Asantini. Me wa Asantini odeti Auneni. Me wa Kroboni. So why should I? Enti awuna form penny for no. They thought of all these things. They are not selfish. They are not greedy. And they are not stupid. They were always looking out for Ghana. Say Ghana ebeye intact. Send ebeye yenyina yebe to me and live in harmony. Awunafono could have written a letter to the Queen. Say before you grant this, make sure that agreement now near have that agreement is intact. But Awunafono sat back and watched Ghana grow and accepted Ghana and said, those invincible lines, we don't care. We want to be part of this because we see something good in Nkrumah. We see something good in this country. We see that if we live in harmony, we don't underestimate other tribes. We make people understand we can all live as one people and build this together. We can call ourselves as Ghanaians. So Awunafono, that invincible line, they did not consider it. They came inside and started living with us. They encouraged us to move and live with them. That is how humans think. Abua ena debiano odidia ompeseni nuabe dibi. Obia oye greedy. Okowini damrama kontomponi kromfo ena debiano opesa oni dia ninsa sim ba mema obia anfa ninsa sim. So those people who wrote to the Queen, say Queen no entwitwa Ghana mu no omo ye omambofo omo mma na enyini abeduru ha ye from MPP omo mma ena ebi ne baomia omo mma ebi ni napo omo mma ebi ni ekufuado omo mma ena ende omo be chiro buka ye friend Ejapa omo mma ena e ka kire mo say vote for them send ebe omo activate Agyapade3. Tie nyansa dear omo ye na Queen Auntie ase no, they have changed it. They want to do it the other way. Mrs. Inti yes start here ma baby a eye de asem nyina start free. I made you understand. Time JB Dankwa, Dr. Dankwa e contest Kwame Nkrumah no. Ne poster nie. Vote Dr. Dankwa and vote no to Republican Constitution. No more agree to the Constitution. Almost all penema Kwame Nkrumah enye den enfa Constitution emba. Now yekoto aba no. There were two things on the ballot. There was a referendum Say Ghana for nyina ntoaba na yenhwe say yepe constitution anase yempe. And secondly, yentoaba nyi president. These same people who wrote to the Queen to deplete Ghana, to destroy Ghana, no, they came back to contest in Nkrumah. They wanted to be president. And Kekrona no mo say said no, UP for no, NLA for no, NLM for no, sa eye mateme ho for no, the Assanteman Council, any omo mutual letter come out Queen no, later no, they came together and said, eye Dr. Dankwa go and contest in Nkrumah. Nekope president di. Now you say Konya president di only dan come here. They would have gone back to the Queen and said, say Ghana is not ready. That was the idea. They were going to sell Ghana to the British. They were going to sell Ghana at the same Madros to the British. That was the idea. They were ready to take Ghana back. Now, so already a year election, of course, the CR. This is what happened. Presidential elections were held for the first time in Ghana on the 27th of April, 1960. The elections were held alongside a referendum on creating an executive presidency. The winner of the election will become the country's first president if the new Republican Constitution was passed, which it did. The results of the plebiscites were Nkrumah got 1,016,000 against JB Dankwa, who got 124,000. Yeto abaniwe ye no na Nkrumah nya over 1 million votes. Na JB Dankwa, UP, NLM, Assanteman Council, the special forces, sa mateme ho forces no, the special forces no, when they all came together and put their might together no, they were able to gather only 124,000 votes. Tie Kwame Nkrumah, the people saw him as a leader, as the founder, as the person who was able to fight literally with the white for them to say, take your country. No, the people accepted Nkrumah. They gave Nkrumah over 1 million votes. The special forces, the Assanteman Council, the NLM, the Northern People's Party, the co-mininis, UPS4, MPPS4, no, after they gathered all their might, Konkonsa in Kontompo Atro, and all the Vietnam suit and our boys, Dr. Dankwa was able to get only 124,000 people. That means, so we study clearly, the people who formed the NLM, any Assanteman Council, any omobete sa yupino omunkwane toma JB Dankwa and Dr. Dankwa. If you look at the numbers we are seeing, it tells you that there's a group and the Omoto Abama MPP the same ideology, no, and one omode anything ekoto about Ghana. You go to the Ashanti region, you only people even though nim's a party ninja no obeto ama MPP. If we say ni yema ka Ghana na bo. Weja. She. Weja show them. Na me na metroye. Kochro wo de obodam. So when you take your time, now analyze it, your politics, your elections, the way our numbers nebana, you could see say a particular place MPP ngwana mtomamo. It is because there are other Ghanaians who join this uncle for now. They don't know the history. Oma it is a Dagomba for, Equiapim for, Bono for, Encrime for. Infante for Omotia Santimem. They don't know the story. It is almost to about my MPP. You say, Omo MPP baby bia. Omo Makana, Omo Boa, Omo Asantifoni be air to no. They are fighting for Omo Nananum ideology. Say Ghana no, Yanchanian for Momo. Until you see majority of the people in the Ashanti region. Dagomba for, Wala for, Infante for, Crime for, Bono for Titru, Equiapim for no. Omo say, Tuaba, party aboye. Omo say, Omo tobo omo no, Omo ye party Omo nanano pe. And anything you see the numbers in the Ashanti region. And anything I'm ready, me catch them say, me pe bema, ye trying to bema. Ewa santimemu. Ometina radio so TV so no one cast Asante phone kwan yi MPP Emma MPP 1.7 million vote to Ashanti Bema bia ni Asante bemu from Benchia to the last messenger. Maka me say me pe bema otie dua te se me oya santinias owa santimema oya MPP ni panyini on betena radio so mbie na no nka se yene asantefo nko an yeto about 1.7 million ema MPP ba power. Nobody me say from Menchia to the last messenger, no man. You know why? Because Menchia kura nim say omo ni edom tie asantini numbers. Asante pretend so our numbers by convincing people to think that they think with them. Asante edada nipa bi emomoto ababua omo. They are the same people. And nuntina continuously ya ka kire mo say de oye bema wa asante no. Onka asante nko na to aba ema MPP. There's nothing like that. Asante fo anka so mo to aba ma MPP omo do 400,000. I'm telling you. Abane Free Ashanti region wiemu. Messiah, pull the statistics for me. The 10-year statistics, no, census. And they breaking it down into Asante Fuankasa mo say, yeah NLM 4, yeah UP 4, omundru 400,000. They have tried to convince other people to think, say, party no is for yen omoboa. Party ni Menchia dia. They don't think about anybody else. They think about Omako Nyano. And intina omudi Omako Nyano tra letter koma queen no. And intina Asante Man Council, they na oyo tu for no etro sa letter no. If we say omu party ni say omudia enye Ghana. And intina MPP ba power. It is not about your development. It is about MPP ba koso. And intina MPP ba power. Na Asante fo ahimfu ni bi Agyapade no. Intima mpon hini hu say MPP di nkwasesema onka. If we say, Nina Nanoma catch and say, no more time Kwame Nkrumah, or be a support to Kwame Nkrumah be a yomo tamfo. It is a oko back in history. You got to get me the video. Thank you, Mr. S. Thank you, Mr. P. Anything I call Ghana history nima. You can see clearly. Say Asante phone penifone bi. Et me be man, Mr. Nkoto. Get me the video. I need the video. Anything a man for between Jina Bedjum and Nitina na pot me Jina Bedjum catcher mo say mo Kwame Nkrumah no. He knew what he was saying. It wasn't a joke. He knew said ye all cano ye dear omu believe in. And this oshe documentation no yeah, let me show you. I make sure the kudientia obieni Asante memo betumaka say Asante nkwa ene de MPP ba power. Oma da Ghana for. Ye yi na po. I am for saying what Ghana. Mr. S, I'll come back to this story. Ye napo. I am for saying what Ghana. And so I'm catch the Ghana for say, ye de ko share Menchia. Omu wie na omde napo eko Menchia and omu ye gathering kese. Omu say ye otum for this year. Omu wie a time otum for eyi napo ewo Menchia uhu bono hene wo ho. Uhu eye ekuapem hene wo ho. Uhu Infante for hene wo ho. Dagoma for dabi because they want you to understand a woman na woyen two things. Now omu na po wia na omuma otu for the prime king wia omu na mo be ka kire mo say na po aba ahanta or say oh somebody omu ya kamfo owia na oba bono for hene ho na oba ko for hene ho na oba ekuapem for hene ho na we jimi ye ne ayaka ne say ye nyina na ye petumi onya tumi a o say Menchia dia. Say oje power ni wia Menchia enoko eko presentation but ohia to me a no nenam ekuapem for ye nuanom bono for ye nuanom oh sehwefo omo ye nuanom oh na woni ekuapem for omo ka account say nia that is the tricker MPP for we they play on other account regions in this oko in our census anytime I catch them say nobody me say from Menchia to the last Asantini, nobody can come on radio or TV to tell Ghana and Ibia say Asante for nkwana the MPP ba power. Me say Asante for mutu abama MPP omu 400,000. The whole Ghana. They are less than 400,000. This is 2022 census. 2021 Ashanti region in Gwani. This is only Ashanti region. And what happened there? Oba akan for omotia santimemu. Me say abana moto Ashanti do omu wiemu. ɛna ɔmo saa daadaa akanfo ɔmo aka sɛ montomaeɛ ne nyinaa yɛ akanfo ɔmo boa ɔmo gitumi akɔmenhyia ɔmo sɔre na wɔdi Kwame Nkrumah atem because from day one they have never wanted Ghana to be a country as a whole. 2021 year census you better the next one after 10 years. Akanfo ɔmo te asantime mu nko a ɔmo yɛ 3.8 million. Ye ka sa akanfo ni momo asantefoɔ, infantefoɔ, kowfoɔ, eye bonofoɔ, ekuapemfoɔ, obi oka mesi bia ya kani, ɔmo yɛ 3.8 million. Akamem inti ye ka Ashanti region nko a akanfo ɔmo ho. Sa 3 million ye asantefoɔ sɛ ne wom. Yɛmfa ne sɛ ekuapemfoɔ yɛ 200,000. Yɛmfa ne sɛ eye infantefoɔ yɛ 300,000. Yɛmfa ne sɛ you cannot get more than 1 million Asante for bois. No. They don't have it. Oko Ashanti regional census nature say ga adang before almost 60,000 omo ti Asante memu. Omo nyina to abama wan. Omo daada omo. Samo kan ho. Montumaye omo yanam de trophy no come nhia. Awonafo omo ti Asante memu almost 200,000. Oma kache ya omo ha o awonaga mo amunim ye ne mo nete mo fa mo gimi ntuma ye wia ne abebo mo tuo omo wia no makobenhia ne ye de napoko ho guanefo omo ye almost 53,000 gama for 204,000 gama for omo no mo te Asante memu we mu no mo daada omo kaje nso mo kan ho mo ye enuanom oba onima Molly Dagbani omo ye almost 700,000 Dagbani for no mu use omo. Me say Asante omundu 400,000 on the register. No. MPP to me nya physical 400,000 Asante for to vote for them. Never. No more. Omuni nipa de kasa. Me say do I be mo tua dua te se me no magina TV so. No nka say me MPP ni otumfo de hye ne me Asante ni ba ye ne Asante fo nko na de MPP ba power be ma ni krom be ma no ne hwan. Who is the man amongst you who can make that statement? Me say me ka kira Asanteman me kan kire nipa ba ko me say Asanteman de oye be ma otua dua te se me no metena TV so. No nka say ye ne Asante fo nko na ye vote 1.7 ye de ma MPP. Nobody is a man. Ja nko na ye be ma me say me ye bema antina maka do ye bema semi no metrai. And I'm starting it from the top to the down. Me ndi watemo me kire do ye bema ofie. Grusi for 129,000 and omotia santimemu. Oba Mandi 143,000. Other ethnic groups almost 90,000. Until ye de yemfa ne say I can't for no yemfa saying yemfa 1 million. O de yemfa 1.5 million Emma Santefo. Opa account for yemfa 2 million Emma Santefo. Yemfa ne say 2 million eye account for no yenyi eye 3 million account for no mo Asante region. Yenyi mu 2 million yemfa ma Santefo nko. Now how many Asantes are in the register? How many people are 18 years and over and eligible to vote? Tell me. They don't have over 400,000. I'm telling you. Omo boy, they lie to you. Omo de muji to me. And it's the Kufuado. Person say Kwame Nkrumah is superior and the founder of this nation. Because when you say yenya support my ideology, we believe in Kwame Nkrumah's ideology. And yenya Ghana for irrespective of our political party, our tribal affiliation, our religious affiliation, we believe in one Ghana. And Nuntina today, Agyapadeer Bukaba, they want to activate number 2. Me say bema bie ni Asante memu. Me say simebo. Bema bie ni Asante memu beto abetena TV so, abetena radio so. Say me ye NPP ni, me executive. Asante fo nko mo Ashanti region me 1.7 million. Wo ye bema. Bema wa he. Why na ye bema? Ye sore peje abeti. Ye wodom muni hwe. E ya dada ni atro. Sebio Asante fo munim no krom nim de meka enintina impuntuo mba Asante memu if you say MPP nehu MPP na ready ehu say ye onipa bi ti Asante memu a Asante fo ni bi dada omo e ya dada ni atro enintina impuntuo abo Asante say de jonso abo akoko kakra na aka na mo beka no kore na impuntuo abeka no ye sa tete ho ene ye that is why we are here today. The numbers don't lie. It's exactly 8:03. After this short break, my betro, why you need to call me say, Okoto aba, pe obi ka ho. Nkofo ya mpamo mo a omekunye nyina MPP fo we. And me menya abotra dwudwoma kyerɛw. They don't have the numbers. Especially in the Ashanti region. Omo dada mo, omo boa. Obi and obi atamo, we are stating the facts. My mama assignment from today. Sa assignment and my imagine some person me hu se mu hu ye. Mrs. But we will force you people to see it. Mama nyesa emwa egman ne echichire enye tribe ne echichire munja ya tro no ene adada no mumubi monka no kure enti na beduru ha mom yanka no kure ne nkyira sante mom yanka no kure ne nkyira Ghana
Western Ashanti no we here bro ahafo region Samre no kwano nkoma obi anim se no mpa ya sem nko asana we baba kwano nkoma penso asana we baba kwano nkoma penso no Western Ashanti no we here bro ahafo region bro ahafo region Samre no kwano nkoma obi anim se no mpa ya sem nko Samre no kwano nkoma obi anim se no mpa ya sem nko Samre no kwano nkoma obi anim se no mpa ya sem nko Samre no kwano nkoma obi anim se no mpa ya sem nko.
With all due respect, extended version. My name is Kevin Agyapade3. 5 minutes phone calls near upon about 12. Our Ghana about 8-5 waha. Me member Ekodidi. Me pick a course be 5B. Na ma pon today's show. Me sure say Ghana for do no muhu be no kreneda. It's up to you to make that decision. Obama nipe bi ada. Me mentan obi awo. I'm stating the facts. The documents I read, if we British Parliament and yame ma me kuya Monica na Troy, English abrofo na Troy. Do you have a problem? Go there and question them. Hello, caller.
Hello, Kevin.
Yes, sir. Cause I'm to you.
Na say me de na me bo what the kakra ba man me say me the mayor captain say me stress obi a wo ti asempani bia no on try say odi nipa ba ko be ko vote near you in me.
That's it. I'm sure. That's it. Thank you very much. All right, that's it. Hello, caller. Mr. Mo NDB in short. Hello.
Hello, Kevin.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Salam free, salam white. In the middle, I'm used to German for fat. You go show you share. Now, I sent me this. One, why did you? One, what did you? Couldn't my deal be doing that? Suppress them, because I suppress one. No more confused. Men focus on the town. Well, Jimmy will see.
But that's it. Thank you very much. Hello, caller. All right, my man for another caller. Hello.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, from Jacob, me Casa Free Toronto.
Casa.
Na Akufo-Addo say yan den. Na obi a upese uji a credit for implementing pre-SHS. Whereas your predecessor, John Mahama, started process no. Or started process na sana who be sister who person uji bo so. But Kwame Nkrumah fight independence. Who person yede o nana kanswa eka ho. Say they also fought for independence. Where do you see this kind of double standards? Into so per se, Kwame Nkrumah didn't found Ghana and the free SHS also because some people also worked towards a progressively free SHS.
May I say straightforward? Hello, caller. Hello.
Hello,
happy birthday, Auntie Monica.
Thank you very much for wishing me happy birthday today.
Auntie Monica.
My birthday won't come talk be my birthday master. Say it. Togbi Avawala.
Oh, Togbi Avawala.
Yeah. Over Avale, it's like a king. You walk past Kapimewa. Togbi Avawala. It's your friend then. Akufado, anyone walk past Kapimeba the Ghana within the last singing. And on Koto say, Togbi Luciala Dandola. Lucia.
You go to the end of
Luciala. And then the Michelle video, the West product, and the better the pingy. And diamond also, the West product, West product, and diamond. Now, we miss the campaign in any way. You do the man, the Ghana, you better to war. Yeah, that's the papa.
Thank you very much. Happy birthday to Auntie Monica. Hello, caller. All right, my man, caller. Hello, caller.
Kevin.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. Dimensional partner, my power. Sisi agenda mne dia go. Wa ana what's a be any pa? What be any?
Say. All right. Thank you very much. Hello, caller. All right, my man for last caller. I'm in Pong. Kevin, you call. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, madam.
Yeah. Good evening.
Yes, madam. Go ahead.
Mediane ama Benuado. To be honest, Mr. Kevin Taylor, Edawase, Ene Edumapa Obo. Omunti, Omunim, the history of this country. Here are those ones who is following MPP and UP tradition. But Eneno Wadaroma and Negana for any other ho, Ubi Agima be say, they say, Yehu say, UP no, other than MPP no. Omuna ye mambo for almost say o mine. Inti enenu ama NDC na be attractive wadaroma and omuku t-shirt hu Ghana ama 24 hours economy nso edene hu abegim. Inti de me kan na say obi ankoso hwe Kevin Taylor either Facebook but bia na you be an obi an treat no gore. No hu Ghana nkasa yabakosamo a Ghana no ebaye na nkwala na omo banana na adoni na tita for busuefo no bo minus change history no me de me ya no bibia with the history I don't know person will change history ni kwa me nkuma figu ekofa me achima bia kwa chairman edini be say one na founder of this country if you are Ghana for history no
thank you very much. Medin Ed Kevin Akobedu Taylor, my production team here from the Ghost Team. Ochina will be here to discuss Ghana. We stream live from our studio here in Washington, D.C. We're live on Loud Silence TV, Loud Silence TV on YouTube, Loud Silence TV on TV, Loud Silence TV on Facebook. With all due respect, it's our official Facebook page on Facebook. Our affiliates, Benjamin Wayo Mahama, NDC TV, Honorable Joseph Yamin's platform, Kevin Taylor, my own platform, and also Ghana News Thread. These are our affiliates across Posty Show way. We are also live. We were live, or we are still live on radio. If you have any Android device, we're live on Loud Silence Radio on the Google Play Store app. Go there, download the app, and also on iOS, Loud Silence Radio. My name is Kevin Taylor. Be good. God bless you. God bless me. God bless every single individual. Cheers. Good night, and God bless you. Gim.
Take glory, Father. Take glory, Son. Take glory, Holy Ghost, now and evermore. Take glory, Father. Take glory, Son. Take glory, Holy Ghost, now and evermore. Take glory, Father. Take glory, Son. Take glory, Holy Ghost, now and evermore. In the morning, early in the morning, I will rise and praise the Lord. In the morning, early in the morning, I will rise and praise the Lord. In the morning, early in the morning, I will rise and praise the Lord. In the morning,